140 first was not for Devin uh best. First, not best for Devin at 140 instead of Regis. Yeah, I mean, Tio's not, you know, half retired, half not. And yeah, the guy with 10,000 followers is not his best interest. But there you got it, man. You asked for it, you got it. Bill Haney in the building.
Bill, what up?
Hey, hey, shout out to the boxing voice, the voice of the people, the voice of the streets. And when you really want to let the people know the truth, you got to come over here and give it to them, man. Stop letting everybody put all that work in for you, man. Somebody from your team, man. Come on and let's talk about it, man. What's happening, Ness? What's happening with your ring walk, Danny?
What up, BH? Top of the morning to you.
Nah,
Man,
just
top of the top.
discussing your son's tweet, man.
Hey, listen. I know everybody don't want to say the truth. I know they don't want to tell it. You know, Lomachenko was hurt when he went and fought T.O., according to Lomachenko. You know, and according to sources, Lomachenko was hurt after he fought Devin because of damage and not because of anything else. But I know they don't want to say it, you know, and it's not something that's good to say, but I'm just giving the full report in detail. No different than if it was on the football field and the cornerback came through there or the safety came through there and knocked the quarterback out the motherfucking game. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you ain't heard from Lomachenko. If Lomachenko was bad as he was and he was all that, he would be fighting right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody keep making these narratives talking about that he didn't went to the war. You ain't seen one picture of Lomachenko at the war. You know what I'm saying? So Lomachenko, sometimes he at the war, sometimes he ain't when it comes to Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you this. They told me, because I wasn't gonna do the deal with him, we wasn't gonna fight unless they told me that Lomachenko was healthy. He was healthy. And you know what they said? They said, oh, if you beat Lomachenko, then you'll beat the only version that anyone has beat that's healthy, because he's healthy. They said he had an excuse with Orlando Salido. Then he had an excuse with Teofimo Lopez. Come on, y'all. Y'all know y'all heard the excuses. Not nobody else want to bring up nothing about the excuse, right? When you seen Loma, when he fought Tio, I mean, the best was yet to come. Yeah, y'all was talking about he knocked out Richard Comey and he did all that, man. Where's Lomachenko at right now, man? Where's he at? And another thing is, you don't say that somebody is better than somebody when that person then beat the person that lost to you and that you didn't avenge the loss and you were invited to Australia for the fight. Come on, man, make this shit make sense.
So you saying he can't be better because he didn't avenge the loss and was offered the rematch?
And listen, and Devin beat him at a wide margin. Devin beat the guy that he lost to, knocked down, beat up, all kind of shit. And yeah. And then Josh Taylor damn near lost his Catterall. You know what I'm saying? So how you gonna, put that like, oh, we just went and beat the best Josh Taylor. Man, Josh Taylor had been in wars with both Catterall and Regis Prograis. You see what I'm saying? And we going at Regis Prograis. So I mean, it just ain't no comparisons. But I know that people feel better on their couch saying what we ain't do. I like to just get out and put in this work. No different than right now at 6:59 in the morning.
Now,
Huh?
So the thing is, Bill, you say Loma had no excuses when he fought Chop, but Tio had the excuse. You know what I'm saying? So if you gonna say
No,
that Loma was the best version of Loma, the Tio that lost to Cambosos, he said he had a hole in his chest or some shit. What he had in his chest,
yeah,
Dan?
some medical shit going
man, the man ain't had no hole in his motherfucking chest, man. That's all cap. That's all lie. That's all showing that. That's all showing that when it come down to it, you know what I mean? Um, they really ain't with it, man.
Hmm.
They really ain't with it.
So what's your understanding of your son's tweet? Because me and Danny believe that there could be two sides to his tweet. Like I don't particularly think he's talking about he's fighting the best opposition
What'd you
out of
say?
these
What'd you say,
guys.
Ness?
Oh shit! You ain't
on. He was
you
connected. phone was connecting. He
You done froze on us, Bill. Jump out, jump back in.
What?
oh that there you go.
Go. All right. All right. Now, I didn't
Yeah.
hear it.
So what was I saying, Danny?
So
Oh,
first, did you see Devin's tweet this morning? Let's start there. Up and
I knew it.
we
That
lost him.
service. That service.
All good. Hopefully we could get him back, Mr. Bill Haney.
Cause we had. I mean, if he gonna give Loma a pass in his previous losses for being ill, then you got to give Tio a pass for being ill. CYP, check your DMs. I DM'd you a bunch of times, homeboy. We got actually we got a fat $20 we gotta get to. Shout out to my man's in a Mac and Queso. Mac and Queso says
Was that him? I just heard
looks
the.
like we going to the Chase Center December 9th, fellas. Fire emoji. Bill, you got me?
Yeah.
So I was saying, what is your interpretation of Devin's tweet? Because I believe there could be two different versions of that.
No, nobody is doing it. Nobody is doing it like Dev. Nobody then then tried to make the biggest fights. No one has took the division. 135, Devin was there. Devin made 135 hot. He was a big part of making 135 hot. And he conquered the 135-pound division. And then when he moved up to 140, 140 has now became the hot division that everybody is talking about it. That has more to do with Devin than it doesn't have to do with Devin.
So as far as the consistency, because that's where Nuss and I kind of looked at the tweet. Would you agree that he's the most consistent out of the guys? This will be the sixth world champion he faces in a
Absolutely.
row.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I mean, we got heart. You know what I'm saying? Dev got heart. And that's one thing about him. And people, no matter what anyone says, right? When we fought Gamboa, had just gave Tank two black eyes, or did he give him three? I think he gave him three black eyes. Uh, and and he had a torn Achilles during the fight and all this other shit. So you know what I mean? Um, when people say that Gamboa he was just washed up and he was an old man, you know, his record of opponents to me goes without speaking. It has constantly gotten better. Um, It's just, yeah, man. I don't think they doing what he doing though. Ness ring walk. I mean, and I don't mean to be biased. Maybe, you know what I'm saying. Maybe I am rightfully so. So, I'm not going to say nobody. Their opinion might not be valid for what they believe. You know what I'm saying? But it's an interesting topic to talk about at the very least.
I just feel he's talking about consistency because he can't.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it would be he opens it up to too much of a debate by saying that he's fighting the best opposition because him and Tio share a common opponent, and
No,
that's
no, 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 no,
Devin's
no, no, no,
biggest
no, no.
win.
Devin whipped beat the brakes off the guy that whipped T.O.'s ass. You know what I'm saying? And motherfucker came back talking about they got a hole in my throat and I got a hole in, and the people, the fans, rightfully so, but sometimes we want to, we want to take that piss on the top
Damn, it looks like.
and treat it, yeah, yeah, sometimes, we want to take that piss and just treat it like it's soothing rain on the top of your head. You dig what I'm saying? So, uh, they know what it is, man. You ain't letting nobody get by talking about that I lost because I had a bone, I blew my esophagus, I damn near died, all that other stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? And people loved it. Like it's the old school WWE wrestling or something. And then so Loma said the shoulder, he didn't even fight from round 1 to round 6 because of his shoulder. Then he did, or according to he said, it wasn't even a fight. He didn't even engage. And then after round 6, or maybe the back half of the fight, he started giving him some work. You know what I mean? So, uh, and then T.O. goes and gets the shit beat out of him by George Kambosos, and you guys don't want to give him zero credit.
Um, Bill. So if I say Teller, who's Devin's equivalent to Josh Teller
Who's Devin's equivalent to Josh Taylor?
in terms of
Um,
opposition?
it would definitely be George. In this particular argument, it would definitely be George Kambosos, who, and why I say that is because T.O. beat Taylor, but he lost to George Kambosos. Period. At
So
the end of the
who's
day,
so
at
who's
the end of the
Richard
day,
Comey?
um, Jorge Linares.
But Comey was current. Linares is former champion.
Um, yeah. Well, when you say current and former, um, but who won the most? Who do you think is who has more of a legendary career, Jorge Linares or Richard Comey?
I mean, it certainly looks
Remember,
like Linares is gonna
For
finish his
sure.
career with a better career because he's a three-time. Comey hasn't won another world title yet.
so if you were 20 something years old, which name would you go? Would you go after? Would be a better name, Comey or Linares?
I
You
mean,
know
at the
who
time,
poses as a
To but at the time, To beating Comey, that was a name.
oh, it was
Damn,
a name. I don't take the
yo,
name.
now y'all
No, I'm saying
calling
is
him a
I'm not
bum.
taking
This,
the name.
this is what's
I
wrong
don't
with
take
our
the name
sport.
from
Look, they
Comey.
like stopping Ness. He's a flat out bum. It's like, bro, my man was undefeated when he fought Tio, and he was a current champion.
He was not undefeated. What the fuck?
He wasn't undefeated when he
Hell
fought
no.
Tio.
Hell no. He had already lost to Bunny and Shackleton.
Okay, so that's even better. Come on,
Rolling
that's even
Stone.
better. You came back
Rolling
from the
Stone.
from the ashes. Came back from them ashes to be a world champ.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know. I value world
Yeah, yeah. No, I
champs.
don't take. I don't. I'm not bashing at all Richard Comey's career. You just kind of asked me which one, and I said Linares. Uh, there. So what's the next question? And of course these are my opinions. You know what I'm saying? Somebody can come on and say something else. This is why we love the sport of boxing. You know?
So who's your Sandor though? Cause Sandor was a good win. That was over a win over. He got that
Man,
win over Mikey.
Sandor could be Zaire Abdullayev. Zaire beat Linares when he wasn't supposed to, and never became world champ. So Zaire Abdullayev.
And he
Yeah,
also
but
stopped
yeah,
Zabdul.
but the Mikey win is bigger than that.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Mikey win
But
is big.
Abdul.
Even Devin
Yeah,
wanted to fight Mikey.
No, for sure.
yeah.
But at that
No,
time, Mikey wasn't.
that
You
was a
feel
good
me?
win.
So Bill, I know next week.
What about
Three.
JoJo Diaz?
Ooh,
What about JoJo Diaz being? Uh, he was a champ.
He was an
He was a
interim
champ.
titleist. He was an interim titleist. But was that interim
nah, he
or
was a world.
silver?
He was a full world champ before.
He was a champion.
Oh yeah,
Les.
IBF for the 130. That's
Hey,
right.
hey,
You're right.
Les. You killing them TO fans because right now I don't see where they got a leg to stand on with in comparison to Devin and him. I don't. You got whooped. You got whooped viciously. I'm talking about knocked down, beat
But the
up, bloody.
polls say
Care about?
different.
No,
Polls
no.
Well,
say
Listen,
well,
I
different,
the
just
Bill.
poll, well, the poll is only including the two wins.
I mean,
right,
what else?
but
Those
but
is
the
two
thing,
biggest
Right,
wins.
right. But Devin,
yeah.
we talking about
But Devin
consistency.
beat the
So
guy.
so
Wait,
now
wait, wait.
so now when
But
you bring
Devin
in,
beat
go
the
ahead,
guy.
Bill.
Wait,
Danny always
Okay.
let the
So when
father
Devin,
take care. Danny.
I'm just
no,
saying
no.
the poll ain't what we talking
Hey,
about.
no, what I'm saying is the guy on there that says he lost. He got whipped viciously, and the guy on there beat the guy viciously that whipped him viciously. Let's make this shit make sense. Let's make it make sense though. And I mean, whipped him 2 times viciously, and he whipped the shit out of T.O.
But there's that argument, Bill, that it's like T.O. gets up for the big fights, and that's when we get T.O.
Well, listen, it was no bigger fight than Undisputed, so they said, or what was it, Lineal? Or listen, I mean, I know Ness, it's hard to make this shit up for me, and you're doing a great job by, and that's always what I want you to do. Tell me the other side. Get on me. Give it to me. Fuck what they be talking about. This ain't no Haney voice. This the boxing voice. And I'm the Haney voice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, really though. Yeah, man. Call them, man. You know, call everybody. Send them. Have them join the
Bill, you
battle
breaking
together.
up. You breaking up.
Hey,
Call back in. It's getting choppy.
okay.
Mm. He funny. But I did forget about JoJo being a true world champ. Even when you said it, I thought you was counting the interim title. I forgot all about the farmer
Come
win.
on,
He
bro.
beat my
Do,
boy. He wasn't supposed to do that.
what day that ends in Y do I ever count an interim champ? Come on, champ.
Nah, I didn't know.
Come on, bro.
Cause some people we
Cut the
counting
bullshit.
not interims, we counting regulars. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah, yeah. Because the Hall of Fame counted, but I'm saying we ain't bigger than. But I'm saying, come on. Any day that end in Y on
So
this show, we
so
don't count that.
you guys keep saying this show's bias. This the Haney voice, right? But like we allow you to call in. We also allow you to say what you like. So like, I mean, tell him he on the show. I'm reading y'all shit off. You know what I mean? Y'all hating on me trying to make an argument. Like I'm trying to argue the other side. What can I do? But CYP counterpunch. Bunch of haters.
Yo, yo,
We hear you.
yo, let me know if you hear me. Shit, I'm on this freeway. Am I good? Am I good?
Yup.
All right, cool, cool, cool. Listen, I gotta be honest. Richard Comey is not better than Linares. For all you dudes who think it's always racial, no. Comey black. Linares will whoop his black ass. It's not even close. Most of the time, I've always said this, and I'm consistent. If you are not top five without a belt, you are not top five. You probably got your belt in a vacancy. You probably got a vacant belt if you are not top five without that belt. If you take a belt away from Tyson Fury right now, he's still top two. If you take has no belt, he's top five. Shakur has no belt, he's top five. Ryan had no belt, he was top five. Richard Comey and Cam Boses without those belts were not top five. Think about, and this is a fact. They were not. They needed the belts to help them. Them other dudes don't even need them because they're not on their level. So let's cut the bullshit. When it comes down to B-sides don't make offers, what? What? Oscar De La Hoya offered Munguia to Charlo, B-side offer. Offered Ryan the Tank, B-side offer. Hearn offered Andrade to Charlo, B-side offer. White to Wilder, B-side offer. PBC offered fucking PBC offered Big Charlo and David Benavidez to fucking Canelo, B-side offers. And then hold on, Bud Crawford offered Earl Spence a black pride offer as the B-side. Shit happens all the fucking time. B-sides make offers, and CYP here to make the show great again. And shout out to Bill Haney, because I do believe that if you're talking about T.O. versus Devin, man, Devin has the best resume when it comes down to him versus T.O. T.O. literally lost to the split decision emperor. The split decision
Well,
emperor.
he ain't
One
saying
hit
that.
wonder.
Remember, the tweet is out of these
I am.
guys, not out of Tio. Out
I
of these
well, I'm
guys.
I'm saying it for Bill. Bill. He lost to the split decision emperor, one hit wonder. We clowning Austin Trout. We clowning Austin Trout for his one hit wonder, losing to all the Charlos and everybody else. But then when it comes to the split decision emperor, oh hey, Cambosis, nah. Cambosis beat Tio. Tio, I'm sorry, you should have whipped Cambosis ass. CYP out.
Oh shit, this is so dope.
What up?
That's fire. About time YouTube did some fire shit like that.
Oh shit.
I'm skipping, so I don't want to skip.
No, 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 no. Hold on. I don't think you are though.
No, why? You caught up to
Let
everybody?
me see. Oh no no
Oh,
no
look,
no.
Marvelous sent you a counterpunch, CYP. He said, counterpunch from my favorite caller, CYP. Salute emoji, 100 emoji, flex emoji, glove emoji.
You may
And
feel
that
like it's your
was
turn,
from Marvelous King
but it's your
Boxing
turn.
Pound for Pound said Devin is a great fighter. Jonathan Ramirez, $2 says, why didn't you petition to fight for T.O.'s belt? Bro, they want 20 million.
But that's what the petition's for, to get an even split.
Oh,
Then,
you saying for to move up and wait?
yeah,
What
he
belt?
did try, but then T.O. came back and asked
Well,
for it. It was
it
offered to him
wasn't
as a vacant.
actually at the time. It wasn't T.O.'s belt because he had
It was
vacated
vacant,
and
yeah.
retired, and then he, tried to
But here
come
goes
back,
Bill. We're
but
going to ask him that. Bill, Bill, so while you gone, people asking why didn't Devin just petition to fight Tio? Y'all got history. Why did he go WBC instead of just going WBO super champion status, asking Paco to let him fight Tio?
We did. We did. They didn't have. Tio said that he didn't have any mandatory. He said that he wasn't going. He was waiting to decide what he was going to do. He was talking about retirement. He was talking about a whole lot of shit. The Tio fight never came on the table until, or even talked about it until we start talking to Regis Comey. I mean, not Regis Comey. Regis Prograis.
So now, what happened when the WBO ordered Arnold Barboza for the vacant title versus Devin Haney? Then obviously Tio stepped in and said, "No, I'm not retiring, so you could fight this guy." Why you guys didn't negotiate there? Like, all right, Paco, well, let us just fight him, because he was gonna let you fight Barboza.
Well, no, he couldn't. He didn't make him the mandatory. He didn't have a mandatory. Only thing he had to answer was whether or not he was retiring or not, and choosing to do a voluntary. And I think that's where he's at right now, is involuntary. They're trying to find somebody to fight. I don't know. I'm assuming.
So to be clear, you're saying you petitioned with the WBO to fight Tio, and they told you no.
No, we didn't petition to fight Tio because Tio didn't have a mandatory. What they said was that Tio said that he was retiring and the belt would become vacant. So you can petition to fight for the belt, the vacant belt. You can't petition to be a mandatory if he doesn't have his mandatory.
All right,
Only
but then
brother
he
had a
came
mandatory.
back. But
Only
after the WBO announced that y'all was
listen.
gonna fight, he came back and said, "Nah, I want my belt back," and they gave
Yeah,
it to him.
he came back to y'all. He never came back to us or never came back to Top Rank or none of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but why didn't you go to the WBO and say, "Can't Devin activate super champion status to fight the champion above the way that Canelo did?"
Because we had already activated the mandatory to fight Regis Prograis
by that point, okay.
by that point.
Do you think it was just is just? I mean, I never thought y'all activated it in terms of WBO. I just felt like that fight has history. Why not visit it when you got a belt so it could be a unification? But you're saying you guys at least tried to go WBO route before the WBC.
Well, it was Regis Prograis didn't have, he couldn't do anything. He couldn't do anything because he has a mandatory, right? He has a mandatory, so we jumped in front of his mandatory, and then he couldn't do anything. He couldn't with no one. He couldn't do anything because he had two mandatories because he won a vacant belt, and you know what I mean. And then so we could step in front of the mandatory. T.O. had beat Josh Taylor, who was a WBO champion.
So they weren't gonna mandate the Devin fight because he took the belt from a champ.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Super champion supersedes that because that's how Canelo got his shot at the WBO.
But it's still a mandatory shot.
Right. All right. What else y'all got? Cause
He's
they
still
as
coming
soon as
through
you
as a
leave,
mandatory.
Bill, they calling me the Haney voice and how I'm being soft and Ness, you ain't
Yo,
asking the right
B
shit.
BH, I haven't got the chance to ask you, but next week December 9th, you going home, but next week you going home for the press conference. How excited are you? 3-city press tour in San Francisco kicks it off.
3 cities, is that confirmed?
Let's get it. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing it's going to be San Francisco, L.A., and New York.
Wow, nice. We haven't seen 3 cities in a while. I know you're gonna say you have none, but any fear, nervousness that Floyd announced a potential exhibition on that day? That PBC's putting a potential fight date together for that date with Thurman and Stanionis.
No fear. It's great for boxing. Great for it's a time where if we as fighters and trainers and stuff can coaches and can take uh, the people away for a second and not look at all the horrific stuff that's going on in the world right now, then I'm all for it. I don't hate on anyone to get their money and especially anyone that's being entertained. We need that, man. We need some boxing. We need some love, man.
Now, what I want to ask you, Bill. Like, what are you most excited for about coming home? I know you've said you got the whole city coming out. You done invited your old high school teachers that said
Yeah.
you wouldn't be here. So what is it that you're most excited for about
Yeah.
returning back home to the Bay?
Well, actually, I'm super excited for my people, the people that I grew up with, the people that relatives and stuff, to um, to go to their first fights. A lot of them haven't been to a fight before because it's so expensive to travel, right? To travel to Las Vegas or Australia or some of the places that we fought at, and then have the hotel and food and all that stuff. So it's just an incredibly expensive experience, to average men and women. So to go home and to fight where it's affordable for them, they could relax in their own home, go out. There's guys on the block just gonna get their outfits and jewelry ready and stuff like that, man. So I'm so happy to be doing it for the Bay, for Oakland, and the Bay in general.
So, Bill, what's the plan after Regis?
Huh?
What
After
is the
Regis,
plan after Regis? Because there's a
well,
quote where Devin says he's not done with 35.
yeah, like Devin has said prior, that after Regis and after the weight cut and all that, then he's gonna decide, but he's not ruling it out. So I think that's an intelligent way to do it. You know what I'm saying? I know everyone wants him to to make a decision and to be final on the decision, but we have Regis Program, big fight at 140 that he needs to concentrate on, and inshallah, when we're victorious, then we'll talk, and then he'll decide what he wants to do from there.
Now, BH, I gotta ask you, as the father and as a trainer, how do you keep Devin locked in and focused with things going on? I know he recently lost grandfather. Unfortunately yesterday we lost Tommy Smalls. How do you keep him focused during these times, as it is a big
Yeah,
fight he's getting ready for?
yeah. Fortunately, for us, we've had family members that Allah has called home, and anytime that Allah makes no mistakes, something that as a Muslim, I don't question, and I hope that he doesn't question. Obviously, you can see that it's a lot of death in the world right now, and a lot of unexpected deaths. So, just staying grounded and understanding that Allah doesn't make any mistakes. And my stepfather, he was called home. He was 70 some years old. Um, our main man Tommy, he was called home. And for me, growing up in Oakland, when there's no violence, and no unexpected, just tragic death, then I can take that a lot more better than what I'm saying. Some of the other things that I didn't see some of my friends, losing friends to. So I hope he can just know in his heart that God put them together. They had some great times together. We all had some great times together. But I know that Tommy would want Dev, to go in there and beat the shit out of Regis Prograis.
So, Bill, where is that first press conference going to be in San Francisco? Indoor, outdoor? What could we expect?
It's
Is it
gonna
going
be
to be the typical matchroom thing, or do you guys have something special planned?
well. It's gonna be at the Chase Center. It's gonna be at the Chase Center. So I don't I expect it to be a traditional press conference, but have all the fireworks when you have two fighters and Devin Haney and Regis Prograis. Um, two guys from do or die cities. Uh, you know, um, it's gonna be a really good fight, man. And when those guys get together for the first time, I don't know if it's Monday or whatever, it'll be interesting. You know what I mean?
Now, Hitchens is not a title fight, and he's a young fighter on the rise, but he is a fighter on Matchroom that's been, you know, talking about Devin, and we don't get that often. Are you guys focusing any attention on him?
No, not right. Not right now. We're not focused any attention on. That's no slight towards Richard Hitchinson out of that New York, and I believe he's out of Brooklyn. Is he out of Brooklyn, New York?
Yes.
Is he in Brooklyn? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? So they don't play. them youngsters, them youngsters out of Brooklyn. So, but we can't. Right now, we have to give all the attention. Say hi to Sean. Sean. Hey, we have to give all the attention to Regis Prograis. We're less than 60 days in on the fight, and yeah, man, it's gonna be a good one. But as far as Richard Hitchinson, Devin will address all of that, God willing, after we take care of this business with Regis Prograis.
Do you know who's the mandatory for the WBC? Is it going to be Sandor Martin for the 140-pound WBC for the winner, or is it Gary Antoine Russell?
Yeah, it's Sandor Martin from what I'm hearing, because it was gonna be Sandor Martin and Regis if Devin hadn't stepped in front of Sandor Martin.
But he should have a year, right? Since he's taking the belt from a champ, he should have 1 year until he has to make a mandatory defense.
Nah, isn't this
No,
a
no,
voluntary?
because
So he inherits the
no,
voluntary?
no, because Devin has stepped in front of Sandor Martin, so it wouldn't be right for Sandor Martin um, to not, for
Get his
Devin to
shot.
pick somebody else in the to give someone in the WBC a shot before him. The only thing that would trump that would be a unification with T.O. or Matissa
Yep,
or
Matias.
Matias or who is the other champion?
Romero in recess.
Oh yeah, okay.
Till March. Not really recess. He's got a medical excuse till March. Um, Speaking of Matias, he is on the rumored undercard of Keith Thurman and Stanionis, December 9th. He's going to be taking on Hergashev. You're going to be, I guess, watching that on the playback because it's the same night.
Eh, Now who is he fighting?
The number 3 in the IBF, Shoshanagan Hershigev. It's a Dmitry Salita fighter.
Uh huh. And he's gonna be fighting who?
Sabril Matias, the IBF champion. That's the
Oh
co-main.
yeah, yeah. I'm looking. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, I'm looking forward to seeing Sabril. I haven't seen him yet, and I hear a lot of good things about him. So I'm waiting for the next fight to watch. Is it gonna be a good one? Is that guy the other guy decent?
The other guy's decent for sure. He's just not a name like that, but he could fight.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not very familiar with the 140 pound division, so I'm doing my studying and looking. So I'm looking forward to seeing Subriel Matisse for sure.
we've seen an influx in obviously undisputed. Do you think that that is going to continue with the Haney family, or if the opportunity to continue to undispute and unify all the belts happens, that's the route you'll take, or is that the objective in every division you guys move to?
Well, I think yes. I think the Crawford family, Team Crawford, has set a tone and set a bar in becoming two-time undisputed. I think that this is something that's now on our radar. And yeah, all those fights are interesting. I'm looking at all those guys.
And Matthias isn't the biggest draw, so in no way am I saying that Team Haney would need to be submissive in these negotiations. But him being from Puerto Rico, any interest in fighting over there?
Um, Hell yeah, it's interesting fighting in Puerto Rico. I love Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I can't speak for Devin to say Dev. Will go fight Subriel Matisse in Puerto Rico. I'm just saying, I just love that place, and just an idea of having a fight in Puerto Rico is sexy.
Now, BH, I got to bring it up because I talked to Devin about this the other day, and we've seen Oscar De La Hoya in the media, and he's saying Super Bowl weekend, Ryan Garcia versus either Tio or the winner of Devin and Regis. Now, I did the math, I did some calculations, and, my calculations told me that's a pretty damn quick turnaround. But I told Devin, I'm like, Ryan only fights a week before you. He told me in short words, I'll say that he told me that he wouldn't rule it out. He's not looking past Regis, but he wouldn't rule it out if all things were right. How do you see that fight playing out if he were to get through Regis and right back to the ring in February
Well,
for
like
a
I said,
Ryan Garcia fight?
we've always, we're very familiar with Ryan Garcia. We know that'll be an extremely big fight when the time happens. But right now, it's not the time. Right now, we got Regis Prograis. We get through handling the business with Regis Prograis. We look at the Ryan Garcias, Richard Hitchinson, Subriel Matisse. You know what I mean? And Shakur Stevenson. Um, after we handle this business.
Bill, in the past, we've seen fighters go up in weight and, gain power. Experts like to say he was sucking down to make a weight, so he was losing something. You're the father and the trainer. Can you tell us if you feel your son is going to gain any punching power moving up to 40?
Yeah, I think he's gaining. You just gain more confidence that going into the weight cut, you have 5 more pounds. You can stop 5 more pounds out. So he's going into it. He's in very good spirits. I'm sure Danny, kind of sees him in the gym. He's so I think from that perspective, going into it being relaxed and stress free, um, or less stressed, I should say. I don't think you're ever stress free going into a fight, but less stressed. Yeah, we have all indicators that Devin will be a much stronger, a more mentally focused fighter at 140. That's what the indicators are suggesting. But we'll know on December the 9th.
Tip Bellis is a member for 5 months on that champ level. He said, Bill, why'd y'all choose Regis over Matthias when Regis arguably lost his last fight?
I never knew about Matias. I haven't seen Matias fight or anything like that. You know what I mean? Regis Prograis has been around. Um, he's he's a two-division world champion.
Two time.
Somebody that we're two-time, yeah, two-time world champion. Somebody that we were familiar with has been in, um, you know, major fights. So I didn't know Sabril Matisse before that.
Okay. So we're 60 days out today, right?
Yeah. Well, a little bit less, right? I mean,
Let me
because
see.
it's October 12th, December the 9th.
I
Well,
feel
maybe
like
60 days.
I feel
Technically
like
60 days.
someone I follow posted that.
58 days out.
Really?
58
58.
days, according to Google.
58. Hey, 58. Yes, sir, man. It's gonna be a good one, man. It's gonna be a good one. This is what you want, and a young fighter, to want to step up and to challenge himself. And I think that's what you guys have pointed out to that
Bill,
Devin has. Yes,
break that news, man. What's the pay-per-view price for Americans? Cause it's free for the
I don't
UK,
know,
man. What's up?
man. I don't. You know what? I don't know what the pay-per-view price is going to be. Um, I always have those mixed emotions about it because a lot of the hardcore fans and boxing fans determine whether or not you're a successful fighter by how much you charge on your pay-per-view, whether or not you're a pay-per-view fighter, so on and so forth.
And how
So
many you sell?
how many you sell and so on and so forth, so I'm not privy to how much of this is going to cost right now. um, but I'm sure it's going to be affordable. It won't be more than any of the other fights.
BH, I gotta ask you your thoughts. Eddie Hearn says over 5,000 tickets sold on the pre-sale. We were trying to get a suite at the arena. They told me all the courtside suites are already sold out. They only had some up top. Just your thoughts on the success this early, and again, the expected outcome as far as the turnout, and the people in the building and the atmosphere December 9th. Devin says he's used to being booed in his career. He says this is going to be probably the first time he's not being booed. So just your thoughts on the success thus far on ticket sales, and the people, the atmosphere in the building.
Well, whether they boo or whether they cheer, they're given the emotion that they pay for. And I always love to see it. If you come out, you go get dressed and you want to come out and boo, then you have every right to. You know what I mean? But to see and to get and to feel all that emotion about Devin, man, I'm just, I'm elated, Uh, whether they're booing or whether they're cheering. You know what I mean? They know him. You know what I mean? And they're giving energy where they could be watching soccer, they could be watching football, they could be basketball. It's a lot of different things that they could be doing. And to buy a ticket to come watch Dev, and it's just always still it's still just amazing, man. It's surreal. To where he's to the level that he's at, that he draws that kind of emotion from people. Man, I'm just so happy, brother.
He's never fought out there in his professional career. Did you know, yo, bring one to the Bay and we gonna pack the house? Like, even though he's never fought out there, is that something that you knew? Did you know it'd be this successful this early?
Like I said, a lot makes no mistakes, brother. You know what I mean? We just continue to keep working. We've always wanted to go back home. You know what I mean? And to be at the Warriors Stadium, the home of champions, right now, man, it's like a dream come true. Because ultimately, we have been role warriors, and now we can go home and be warriors.
Mm, I like that.
You think a lot's riding on this fight
Oh,
overall?
absolutely. Absolutely. Everything is riding on everything that we've worked um, to accomplish thus far, can go up in smoke in one night, So this is a very dangerous fight. Regis Prograis is a very dangerous fighter. Um, Devin has put, he's got us on his shoulders, man. You know what I mean? And he continues to impress me, man. So I
What are
just
your
look
th-
forward to an
what are your
exciting night.
what are your thoughts on Regis Prograis saying that Devin has been spoon fed and has a manufactured career thus far?
Um, it's always funny to me, these boxers. You know what I'm saying? These boxers that are fighters that we, as guys that come in the street, love and respect them for their discipline to stay focused, man, and to not do the things and make the mistakes that we did, right? Fall victim to the peer pressure that we did, and we see. And so, for me, as a guy, former guy in the streets, I think it's so disheartening that they appear and they give off this kind of air that, you know what I'm saying, it's anything than what it is. Those are two guys that have dedicated their lives to being boxers, who take care of their family, great family men, Of course, Regis has kids. Devin doesn't, but Devin is still a great family man. An inspiration, a motivation to us. He's a protector to his brothers and sisters and stuff like that. So um, all that other shit, all that slick shit and all that other shit is bullshit. You know what I mean? It's bullshit, and it's actually a turnoff to what they doing. You know what I mean? Give Dev his respect, like we give Regis his. You know what I mean? Or you gonna look like a fucking fool when Devin beat the shit out you on December the 9th.
Mm.
I found it. The reason I brought that up specifically because I just found it, I guess, a bit uh funny that he said that, because I saw him also doing an interview that he says that beating Devin puts him in position to be one of the faces in boxing. So
Hmm.
do you believe that for Devin, for that to the same to be the case, he beats Regis? Do you think that he'll now be discussed after six straight world champions as one of the faces of boxing?
Um, Absolutely. And when we say the face of boxing, not the face that generates the most money, because we can't say that Devin's face generates most money, but Devin's face has influenced and shaped boxing in a different way. And I think he's been the face that you can do it on your fucking own. You know what I'm saying? He's been the face that you can do it with your dad. He's been the face that you don't have to sell out your team and sell out your friends. You don't have to have. He's the face that you don't have to have arguments like you're a teenager or high schooler, and you talking about the person that you're in business with. Yeah, he's the face. He's that face. Yeah, he's that face of being a young boss, a young millennial, to use his platform as positivity to generate money and also do good to inspire other kids to come behind to become behind him and be bosses and keep their parents and their mother and father, keep them in the loop. You know what I mean? He's the face of boxing, having faith in God and not faith in man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's the face of boxing, the real face of boxing, the new face of boxing, not that old broke down bullshit tap dancing, jigabooing, please, sir, can you get me on? You ain't promoting me good, you ain't paying me good. I mean, no, he's not the face for that.
Mm.
Hmm.
Well,
I can't fight. I can't fight. We can't cross the street, and I need to talk to somebody. Man, I'm talking for myself. No, I'm not talking for myself. It's about time I talk for myself. Man, Deb always done talk for himself. That's the face of boxing. That's the face of millennials. That's the face of America, right? We're so privileged, but at the same time, we sit there and act like that we're not. Brother, you're privileged. We're privileged here in America, right? For Devin, and he's showing what you do with that privilege, right? Everybody else, look, T.O. went another route, right? Shakur, he just said he went another route. Everybody goes another route when it comes to Devin, And as far as that goes with Shakur, he's getting a flat fucking fee to fight whoever that he's about to fight now. You know what I'm saying? The only motherfucking percentage that he want is from Devin. Nigga, you don't even get a percentage when you fight your fucking self. When you are the A side, so how the fuck you gonna come on there and you're you're the B side, right? Clearly the B side, but you're talking about a percentage, and you don't have no belt. But then you go do another fight with Top Rank, and you don't do it on no percentage. You do it on a flat fee, like all the rest of your fights have been on flat fees. So when I offered a flat fee to the guy, right? I said, "What is your number?" He says, "Oh," they says, "Well, what are you talking about?" I says, "It can't be." We went for 2.8. We went for 2.8 to Australia. So what is all this percentage shit? Ain't no fucking percentage. There's no percentage. He made up the shit about the percentage, talking about 50-50. He wouldn't take the 2.8, even though Top Rank, everybody's acting like they don't know how to do the deal. We just did a deal. We just did a deal involving Undisputed, right? And then that's why I sat on the stage in front of Bob and them, and I said, I said, they've never sent over nothing because you know what you got to send. You got to send in reverse what you just had us do that you said what we have to do to become undisputed. I said, damn. Loma would go for it, Dev would go for it, so Shakur was supposed to go for it. If that's what it takes to be an undisputed, or put it this way, he wasn't going to do what Dev would do to become undisputed, to be a legacy fighter. He just wouldn't. So when I say that, I said they not like him. They're not like him at all, man. And as far as the 8 million goes, his people came on and said something about 8 million. That was Antonio Leonard's son that came on and said something about 8 million to y'all. We didn't mention nothing about no 8 million. I just know that 25% was going to be more than 2.8. 25% was going to be more than he ever made. That's what 25% was going to be.
But
Because look,
he continues to deny that. He said
if you take and go 16 million on a whole fight, if you take and say it's 16 million in the fight, 4 million is 25%. He's never made 4 million. Ever. And that's only 16 million, my guy. And everybody talk every day and every day and every day about the fight. So is the fight worth 16 million or not? If it's worth at least 16 million, 25% is more money than you ever got, nigga.
Mm.
And he keeps saying that I got something to do with it. I don't got shit to do with it. What I got to do with it is when he did that publicity stunt and he sent that, he came out when he after he I guess at 130, he lost the weight or whatever the fuck he did. He came out and said he said Devin's name. So all of us is sitting, everybody else is sitting watching the TV and all the shit. I called Dev. I said, hey Dev, I said, what's up with this nigga? Keep saying when they're saying that they're going to call us and we're going to call each other when we want to make the fight, that we're not going to let social media ruin the relationships, right? That's what we're saying, right? Never said nothing bad about the guy. So I'm looking at the TV just like y'all. I called Dev and he didn't text Dev. He didn't text Dev. They made me say this or they wanted me to say that. It ain't like that. So naturally when somebody comes and asks me, what's up, Shakur just said, I said, hey, it's a publicity stunt, my nigga. What you want me to say? I don't owe him a motherfucking thing. I don't owe him shit. So I don't, and I don't work for him, so I don't have to answer. I answered the question the way that I wanted to answer the question. I'm a grown man. I said it was a publicity stunt because that's what it was. But you didn't talk to me and have me join in on the publicity. So I didn't have to go along with the shit. I told the truth. And then, so now the people mad as a motherfucker, right? Um, or no, I wouldn't say the people. I want to say that he got mad about it. Nigga, you shouldn't have said it. If that's what you were, if you wasn't standing on business, if you would, if well, business would have been because you was already talking to him like you said, and you never mentioned that you want to fight. You talking about going on vacation, right? We talking about going on vacation and all the shit. That's why I said it was a publicity stunt, and then everybody got mad.
So there was indeed the flat fee offer first.
Of
You asked for the
course,
number. Okay.
of course. Listen, they acting like they don't know how to do business. They've been in business. Bob Arum, them a Hall of Fame outfit. You know what I'm saying? They already know the move before the move go down, right? What is the move? How much is the price, right? You've already set the tone. You've set it. You know what this guy's mandatory. I mean, what his minimums are. You know what we just got. So how fucking hard is this? And then they come and say, he say 50-50. He knows his worth. He knows that he wants 50-50. No, nigga, you was scared, nigga. You didn't want to fight him. No, you didn't. You didn't want to fight him. You didn't want to go for that uh that 2.8. The Dev went across for. Everybody's talking that shit, but nobody was gonna go over there. How did we come over? How did we come over to Top Rank and get Loma and George? And he didn't.
And pay-per-view.
He didn't. But he didn't. He didn't. And it's only 5 pounds that's stopping all this shit that he says that all these niggas is bums. He says everybody is a bum. So what the fuck you laying back there for? What you been waiting and playing back there for? Chive ass nigga.
So do you think we see that fight is it going for you as the dad and trainer? Would you prefer it at 140? Would you prefer Devin not to go back down and make that weight, or
Man, the man is listen. Fuck Shakur. You know what I'm saying? And everything about him. You know what I mean? Listen, I tried to talk to him. He's the one that keep going to the social media and you know what I mean, and saying shit and all that. Man, fuck him. You know what I'm saying? That nigga had my number. He had my number. He had Devin's number. If he wanted to make the fucking fight, he would have called. He wouldn't have called y'all in social media. You know what I'm saying? And made all this fiasco.
so wait, so him and Devin never DM'd or text at all about making this fight?
Never.
Because he
Never.
texts
He
Frank
never
Martin.
texted. Yeah, he texted Frank Mark. He texted everybody and did everything that with everybody that he wanted to fight, he did everything that he was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't take that from him. I'm just saying this. He didn't pull up on us like that, man. Nothing. Nothing. Ain't nobody called my phone talking about let's really sit down, let's make this fight happen. No, none of that shit.
So you never got a call from James Prince either.
No, sir. And that's my guy. Yeah.
Well,
December 9th, the zone pay-per-view.
word.
Absolutely.
Go get your
Absolutely.
Any
tickets.
any any can you break any news? Is there gonna be any all accesses, or what are you guys calling it? Because this is not Showtime or HBO, so it's not 24/7 or all access.
Um, no, I can't break no news that you can use right now. You know what I mean? I just want to just come on and share some energy with you guys, man. I ain't been on here in a minute,
All
man.
right, well they want to
Give us
know
some
what's
callers. Hey,
they
Ness,
want.
give us some callers, man. Put some callers on here, man. Would somebody call in? Because, I don't want to leave and go and then everybody says, Ness didn't do his job, man.
They
Ness
asking
really,
what's Shakur's status after he beats De Los Santos. Like, what does that mean for Devin?
to me, it don't mean shit. It don't mean shit. He's still the same, you know what I mean? Nigga that, is manipulating, playing, not on top of his business. That's why he got Edwin De Los Santos and we got Regis Prograis. You tell me which one is a better fight. You know what I mean? And he older. He older and all the shit. You got Bob, you got all them, man. Knock it off, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no status. The nigga do more talking than he do anything else. Man ain't whooped nobody. Man ain't whooped nobody that we give a fuck about. And the last time I seen him, Spar Dev whooped on him. And the last time I seen you inside crying like a motherfucker inside the Olympics against a guy. You done lost since then. Since Dev Sport, you done lost, man. You see what I'm saying? You done lost. We done seen you lost. You got a blueprint to you. And the people that you talking about that you done beat, nothing. Good fighters, but nothing special. Nothing.
I mean, Bill, you can't admit that he has become the Haney nemesis. Like, every good fighter needs. Earl needed his bud. Is
Oh,
this is this Haney's bud though?
man, listen. The nigga's cap, man. The nigga's cap. The nigga's a fraud. That's what he is. And I told him when I was on there with him, I told him my son gonna beat the shit out you if you ever get in the ring with him. That's what I told him. You know what
If
I'm
he's
saying?
a fraud,
Period.
if he's a fraud, why is William Cepeda didn't take the fight? Isaac Cruz didn't take the fight. Frank Martin didn't take the fight. It's
I
a
don't
lot
know,
of
Ness,
people.
but those guys, you know what? We can't worry about them because they won't end up in the history books with that kind of behavior.
You funny. You funny. You
Hey,
funny.
hey, Ness, I love this show, and I always tell you, Ness, please pitch fastballs with me because I got to be great, baby. You know what I'm saying? The only way that you got to get on my ass so we can show you that Dev is great. If you don't pitch fastballs at me and you don't let the callers come on, then the truth ain't gonna never come out. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you, brother.
All
You
right.
see what
Well,
I
let
mean?
me see.
And
Anybody
ring walk.
want to talk to Bill? We got Fire Flame. What up? What up, Rel? Been a minute.
Yo, what up, Ness? How you doing?
Chilling, chilling.
You hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, yeah. So is Bill still on the phone?
Bill's still on, champ.
Yes, sir.
You and
Top of the
Bill.
morning. Top of the morning, King.
Nice to
Come
meet
on with
you,
it.
Bill. I respect everything you and Devin doing in y'all camp. I've been watching y'all for years. I really ain't got much to say about all the political talk and the back and forth on social media. I guess what the biggest question is, if I don't know if I tuned in late or not, is I guess is Devin gonna stay at 140, and then is y'all going for undisputed at 140, or is we gonna see like in the future a Tank Davis versus Haney around 140 or 135? Because that's really the big money fight if you want to be real. It's them two. But thanks for having
Yeah,
me
I
though.
don't. Yeah, yeah. No, yeah. Thank you, and thank you for your question, and your support. And like I said, the Regis program. I don't know if you heard, but Regis program is a big name that we take very, very serious. It's a task that we have to, we got to go in there and put down. It's a tall task. You stepping up to 140 and you stepping up against a killer like Regis Prograis, So after we handle this business, of course, then Devin, like I said, he's going to entertain the biggest and the best fights that's on the table for him. No different than what he's already done. I mean, we moving more so into like he 24. We moving into that part where it don't matter nobody, man. We don't give a fuck about nobody, man. We don't think none of them people can fuck with Dev. None. Zero. Best in the world. Period. 140, 135. You know what I mean? He's the best. He's the guy. And beat a lot of 147 pounders too.
How big do you think he can get? I heard him throw out a number the other day, but I just want your thoughts.
I think as it goes on, his skills and just being, a veteran in there, um, maybe 160, 154.
Mm,
Is that what he
okay.
said?
Yeah, he said 54 for sure.
I got more
Yeah,
callers.
54.
Supermax, talk to me.
Good morning, coach.
Yeah,
Max.
yo, can you hear me?
Yup.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Haney still on the line?
Yes,
Sure
sir.
is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yo, first things first, Bill, we got to get that Bill Haney for President campaign started.
Oh,
2024 right around the corner. So
hey,
thank you on
appreciate
my
it,
vote.
King. I know.
You just mentioned that Dev, you could see Dev possibly 54-60. There's been a lot of talk about Crawford jumping up from 47 to 68. Who and Crawford started at 135. I just wanted your opinion, Coach. Like, what do you think of a fighter? Like, as a coach, what would you think of that idea? Knowing that Crawford is a next level talent, and I think skill for skill, he's got the edge over Canelo. But when we're talking size, I just wanted your opinion on that, man. To keep doing what you do, I've been a fan of yours. Got to be on the show with you before, so that's all I really
Thank
got.
you, brother. No, thank you. Yeah, no, that's an extremely tall task. I mean, Canelo looked at vicious. We were there ringside. Canelo looked at vicious against Charlo. It's just so easy for everybody to say what Charlo should have been doing, but I mean, Canelo, he looked at vicious, dog. A lot better than that. When I looked at him, I thought it was over with when I seen him with Ryder, and then I seen him against Charlo. I talked to Bud about him and Canelo, and I would always tell him that's a great fight for you. It's a fight that's a winnable fight. Um, but after seeing him and Charlo, I think I think Canelo might be too big for Bud. He might be. You know what I'm saying? Um, 68 is a long way to go for Crawford. 68. But if anybody can do it, Terrence Crawford can. If anybody can do it, it's Terrence Crawford.
CYP.
Yo, Billy Bill, Billy Bill.
CYP,
Hey,
CYP, what's up with the king?
hey, man. Shit. Y'all ain't gonna believe this shit, right? But I was doing some discoveries. It had nothing to do with this. But I found something that I'm ashamed of myself and us. Do we realize that that WBA super welterweight division has to have two supers to it for you to be the champion? Devin is the super like the super, right? The super. If you're super welterweight, has to be super. Any other weight class could just be the WBA super. But I was looking at my man Austin Trout. Austin Trout was actually the regular champion. He was never the super. That was Floyd, then Cotto. Then when Floyd retired, they elevated Lara. Lara fought Jevin Hurd. He lost it. Austin Trout was never in that equation. He was the regular super welterweight champion since 2011. That's before he even
You
fought Cotto.
CYP,
That's the belt.
you just made
Go
Bill
ahead.
jump off, bro. You just made Bill jump off
Yeah,
that.
listen.
No,
He
I'm
he gonna
here.
jump back
I'm
on
here.
because they
Nah,
they
I'm
all
here.
about the
No, I'm
smoke. They
here.
all about the smoke.
CYP, keep cooking.
So
CYP, keep cooking,
the
baby.
reason why I brought that up is because y'all be trying to disrespect email champions and Reggie belts. Cool. Well, let's put some emphasis on that shit. Real champions versus Reggie champions, right? That means that Tank, we all know, is the Reggie champion. Regular champion. Okay, cool. And Devin's the real champion. Straight up. That's just how it is. No feelings. Well, then you have to admit that Austin Trout was not the real champion. He was the Reggie champion, just like Tank. They're both the same. Look it up. I didn't even know this because at that weight division, it's called the super welterweight division. So when you see WBA, you see super, you think that's the super champion. No, he's not. It's just called the super welterweight division. So it's easy to get confused. So allow me to apologize for not seeing that shit earlier to help TBV out. But motherfucker, Austin Trout was a regular fucking champion. Fuck the bullshit. Let's give credit to the real champs. Devin Haney, his pops is here. He's the real champion. You're gonna see why people say Tank is not the real champion at 135. That is Devin. He is simply the Reggie. So what kind of Reggie was Austin Trout smoking? I ain't fucking with that shit. That was the discovery CYP just said. And some of y'all still probably confused, but look it up. You will see WBA super welterweight. You will not see WBA super welterweight. Those are two different titles. The shit is crazy. It's easy to be confused. Austin Trout, I'm sorry, my man. I got to put you to the regular category. You've just been discovered. I'm gone.
Bro, my man
Wow.
ain't
yo,
spilled nothing.
ain't shit. He just went on a. Yo, you do know that every other division is a super, right? So Devin right now, Devin formerly was at lightweight. Now he's at super lightweight,
Lightweight.
and then after that comes welterweight. And what you
Then
think come after that?
super welterweight.
Yo, gotta love CYP,
Boy, that coffee strong in the morning.
man.
Let's see what we got. We got Jay Billy. You made the cut.
Jay Billy, what up?
Trying again.
Or not?
Man, you know CYP coming back for y'all. You know that, right? You know
How
CYP.
we coming? How we coming? How
CYP.
we coming?
We hear you, Jay Billy.
Yo, Bill still on.
He
Yes, sir.
is. He want all the
Yes, sir.
smoke.
Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum, big dog.
Hey, Walaikum Salam, brother. How are you, sir?
Man, I can't complain, but man, I just got a few comments to make because Bill just got me going again. I'm the one that's usually calling out Shakur for the way he's been moving and the whole process of getting an offer for the Dell fight. So I just hate, man. I hate what the relationship has come to because I heard you explain it last time. Like they came up together, you took them to tournaments together. Now he's turning around calling you a bitch on interviews. Y'all still got me? Am I breaking up? Am I
Nah,
good?
you good, Jay Billy.
Man, that shit is just. And this man
Any
going
man that
interviews
calls,
talking about he a real
any
nigga.
man,
Ness, let me tell you something. You say we don't get that interview because we don't got a million yet. Let me tell you something. The bitches don't want to come and get the smoke from the real niggas. There's too much real shit going on over here. So he gonna run from that smoke. I'm sorry to tell you. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna keep on doing these little interviews where they're gonna let him control the narrative, where they're not gonna debate him on what he's saying. You feel me? And bring up things that's gonna negate what he's saying. You feel me? Like a real nigga would have took that 25%. But now you doing all this rah rah. Like why are you still doing this? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dev. This man been moving the right way. Shout out to them dogs, Dev, Tio, Ryan, never ducking shit. Never ducking shit. I'll always give them their credit. You feel me? Because they deserve it. This Shakur shit, man, this shit been rubbing me the wrong way off real. Y'all still got me? Am I breaking up?
You
You
good?
there?
Yeah, man. So I don't know. Bill, is it like still that option still on the table, or is the bridges being burned? Because that's what it feels like right now. He's just burning the bridge.
Man, first of all, any man that's calling another man a bitch has bitch in him. It sounds,
Facts.
you know what I mean? That's something that you don't do with other men because we're making a fight and you saying, so, you know what I mean? I don't pay no attention to that weirdo ass nigga's he's a weirdo.
God.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We ain't
Facts.
did nothing but show him love. We ain't do nothing but show the guy love, right? Fucking with him. I ain't never said nothing bad
Facts.
to him. I ain't never said bad. The shit blew up. The shit blew up because we love the fans, because we love and appreciate the fans, and we don't want to lie to them, and we don't want when somebody is asking me something, right? And I know Shakur's a big nigga. He got to come with team as big niggas and all the shit. But when it comes down to it, for the next dad that's watching and some other big niggas, they over there talking about your son and all that shit. You gonna let the shit go, or you gonna say what it is? I didn't want to be mixed up in that shit. I didn't want to say it, but of course they asking me, man, what's going on? I said it's a publicity stunt. Would you have rather me kept it in? No, that's a bitch ass nigga that's going to know what's going on, feel some type of way, and then rubbed him, and then you don't say something because of a narrative of what people are going to think. So for the next dad or
He got a phone call.
Well, up. We get
He
him
back.
back.
He back.
Oh, lost
He
him
gone.
again.
He gone.
Well, hopefully we could get him back. I know we still had a few callers looking to speak to Bill,
Word.
but appreciate Bill
I
for
don't even want to
joining
go
us.
to no caller now because then it's like, yo, I wanted to ask Bill something. So now we gotta wait.
Well, let me read a couple of these super chats in the meantime, champ.
Talk to us.
Um, we got Nate, $10 celebrating their 20th super chat on
That's
a
dope
live
that they
stream.
do that now,
Yeah.
right?
He said Devin has skyrocketed his. I wonder what CYP's is gonna say. He said Devin has skyrocketed his career and has built a phenomenal resume in a matter of 2 years. At just 24 years old, he's already 10 times a fighter than someone like Boo Boo Andrade.
Mm.
Tip Bayless, member for 5 months at the champ level, says, Bill, why'd y'all choose Regis over Matias?
I
Oh,
did
read
that
that
one.
one. Average boxing fan, $2, says, tell BH to not bow down to Tank as B-side. He the champ.
Mm.
Optimus Prime, $10 says, if you want honor roll, go to Ringwalk Geographics. If you have slow, take your ass to the resource room at CYP Discoveries. $10 from Jacob says Devin said the 25% was more than Shakur's last three combined. Not now. Bill saying it would have been at least 4 million. Shakur makes
No, Bill's saying let's take 16 million as the pot. 4 million is more than he ever made. But again, do your own math. Don't take that, right? 16 million, right? Divided into, let's say, $80 is 200,000 pay-per-view buys.
And that's
So
what he was saying, that this is a fight that everybody's been wanting and talking about.
they would have to sell that for sure to get there. Bill, what's your hypothetical pay-per-view buy number on Shakur Stevens, Devin Haney versus Shakur Stevenson undisputed fight?
You said what is it?
What was your hypothetical lowest rock bottom number? Devin Haney versus Shakur
What
Stevenson.
next though? Because it definitely matters when that fight
I
take
didn't.
place.
If it would
I
have happened,
didn't.
if it would have
I
happened
didn't.
before
I
Regis,
didn't.
if negotiation would have never went south, if everything would have played out perfect, if he would have took the 25%, what did you envision that fight doing the most and the least?
I envisioned it being a great position for Dev because Dev had went and did all the heavy lifting, had went to Australia, had fought um, Lomachenko. So I think that it was a great position for Devin to be in with all the belts, and then to do something as bold and brash as fight a young and talented Shakur Stevenson, something that a lot of um, couch potatoes wouldn't do. You know what I mean?
Yep. Real Boxing TV says, Bill, why was Devin in a hurry to get the TO belt when he was when he said he was retired, but don't want the smoke with Tio for the belt? Devin's easiest undisputed ever.
Um, But the thing about it is, he whipped the shit out of a guy that beat the shit out of T.O. Do y'all have, y'all really think about it, or do y'all try not to remember the ass whipping that George Cambosos put on T.O.? I know it hurts. It hurts y'all. I know it hurts that Lomachenko said that, he was hurt. He didn't fight for 6 rounds, and then he said that with Devin that he was perfectly healthy, but then he said that he went to look for Devin at the hospital after the fight. Make this make sense, Ness. Make this make sense. They said that he went to look for Devin out of his own mouth. He said he was at the hospital looking for Devin. Make it make sense, Ness.
I can't. I
And
got,
they keep talking about T.O. as if you haven't seen T.O. get his ass whipped out viciously, knocked all down. You know what I mean?
but but
Hit
but
all
but
upside
but
his
but
head and
there's an
shit.
argument, Bill. Like Tio
Well,
looked
I'll
bad in
tell you
his
what the
last
argument
fight.
is, and I'll tell you what the argument is. You ain't seen that shit happen to Devin. I'll tell you that's what the fucking argument is.
Mm. I mean, there's an argument. Tio did, looked bad in his last fight, then had the greatest performance of his career. Are you expecting that with Regis? Because Regis,
Uh,
some say, looked bad in his last fight, but he could turn it around and do the same thing Tio did. Look the best in his next fight. Be more motivated in this fight.
yeah, I mean, whatever.
He said they ain't got shit to do with us over here.
So
Yeah,
what about
you
the
know what I'm
fact?
saying? Ring walk. You know what I'm saying? Ring walk.
What about the fact
But
that what about the fact that he's relocated camp? This is the first time he's ever left Houston. He's in LA training now.
This is the
well,
first time he got a
Mr.
house in LA.
well, I hope he has the best training camp because, like I said, that gives Devin the opportunity to, you know what I mean, to rise to his highest heights. He's been working really hard, you know what I mean, and he needs somebody like a Regis Prograis to bring it out. But what are they gonna say? If and when Devin dominates Regis Prograis, inshallah, what is people gonna say about it?
I mean, you know what they gonna say. It don't matter because T.O. beat Taylor and Taylor beat Regis. Boxing
Well,
fans,
what?
they they
Okay,
they
so,
they they
but
they,
what I'm
they
saying is, you can't get past that you got whipped out by George. How
mm.
you gonna do that? How you gonna find a way to? And the guy that whipped
Cause you
you
only
out,
as good as you only as good as your last fight. His last fight, he looked great. He did Taylor dirty.
or was it the Taylor didn't look good? You see what I'm saying? It don't it. Fuck all that, man. You know what I'm saying? That what it is. Devin has a tremendous opportunity to step further ahead of the young generation by taking on a super talented, aggressive, um, two-time champion out of that New Orleans, man. You know what I'm saying? So now, once Devin beats Regis,
Mm, lost him again.
I gotta ask him who he thinks is a tougher opponent. Bill, not
yeah,
who's more accomplished, not who has more accolades. Who do you think is the tougher fight?
Between
Isaac
who?
who
Cruz,
out of who?
Isaac Cruz, or Regis Prograis?
Regis program. Isaac Cruz ain't doing nothing with no Regis program, man. You see what Isaac Cruz did with Cabrera?
Yeah. You guys spar
That's no,
Cabrera a lot, huh?
yeah.
I got Real Boxing says, how Devin gonna say Tio not the man at 140? That's trying to push a narrative. Devin not like that. Haney to some lost to Loma. Bill, you a hater.
Mm, listen.
How you a hater? Cause you loving your son. They funny.
No, 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 no. But what I'm saying is because they trying to push that narrative. They trying to push that Lomachenko narrative. Lomachenko got his ass whipped, and he's not even around. And I told y'all when he said what he asked the people to say that. What do they really believe Lomachenko was at the hospital looking for Devin? Ask him that though. I mean, I don't. let me ask a question. A time to. Do you believe Lomachenko was at the hospital looking for Devin, or was he at the hospital from punishment that he received from Devin? Because he admitted he was at the hospital, right? They admitted that he was there. So y'all
But
tell
isn't
me.
that common though? Cause I've seen
No, it's not
callers
common.
call
Devin is
in.
never.
He got another call. He getting busy. Getting busy over there. We got a lot of callers too. We gonna keep it moving while we get him. When we get him back, we gonna go straight to the callers. Apologies.
Up, he
Bill,
back.
never mind that answer. Never mind that answer. You got a lot of people here waiting to talk to you, so we gonna shut up and let them talk to you. We got Treese. Go.
All right.
Trees.
Treese. No, that's he ain't
Oh.
connect yet. Going once. All right. Treese.
Yo,
I hear you.
what up, though? Hey, I just wanted to get on here and say, we team Haney around here. Bill, I like what you got going on. Uh,
Your service is terrible,
Yeah,
champ.
you.
we about
Yo, we gonna
to
reconnect
knock.
you. You're not doing good, so instead of wasting time, Stone Bone.
What up? What up?
What
It's the
up?
word.
What up, though?
What up with it? Assalamu alaikum, my brother.
Hey, Malinka Masalam, Rahman to Allah, Barakatuh, brother. Thank you. Thank you, King.
Man, man, blessings, man. It's a lot everything work out for y'all, man. I don't even want to drag it in the mud, you know what I mean? Like, your son is a beautiful example of Islam. Is doing great things for the culture, especially in a time where old biblical things are, you know what I mean, putting bad spotlights. Old biblical beefs are putting bad spotlights on the life. You know, it ain't even a religion; it's the life. So I just want to stay focused on the positive your son is doing. And what do you, as a Regis, as a fighter, you see he got shorter arms. You saw he can deal with boxers a little bit, but if you're a boxer with good pacing, you saw Josh Taylor able to give him some good trouble. He was able to rough Regis up a little bit. But Regis is a comeback guy. You know, later on in that fight, after being down on the road, he kept coming. He didn't fold. He didn't stop trying to win that fight. It ended up being a closer fight later than what was going on during the mid parts of the fight. So when you break it down, Regis, what are some things that I know you don't want to leak none, but what do you think are some things that a fighter should be concerned about with Regis? Decent, the power is decent. You see him in spots where it looks amazing. Then if he don't hit you flush, you know what I mean, it doesn't look as good. What do you rate Regis as? Give me like a number from 10. And what are some things that you guys are going to be watching out for to deal with Regis? And don't let them drag you in the mud, man. You're a grown ass man. You got to speak up on your son to check. Shakur is a personal friend of mine, but he's a kid, you know. And I understand
Yeah.
when kids are out there running their mouth. So he gonna keep talking because that's what kids do. You speak up when it gets disrespectful, as you should. And as a CEO of DHP, you supposed to always talk that shit. So don't let them drag you in the mud, but don't never let them set you up. Don't ever let them do that. But yeah, what you think of Regis, man?
Hey, man, that was great. That was a great question, though, and just the energy that you give to that you giving to us, bro. I really appreciate that. Regis is a guy that at spots you can go to sleep on. You know, like you go to sleep because he has that pace, and you think that he don't have the power, but then he got deceiving power. But then you'll go to sleep on him, and then bam, you know what I mean? So this is the kind of fight that I believe that the Linares fight helped us. The Jojo Diaz fight helped us. Um, stay down. When we start getting in his ass, we start getting in his ass. Don't get up off of him, Dev. You know what I'm saying? Stay in that nigga's ass. Keep him on the defense. Keep using that motherfucking hand speed. He can't get no new hand speed and 2 months. You can't go buy no hand speed. I don't give a fuck what he do. You know what I'm saying? So put that hand speed on his ass. You know what I'm saying? And watch out for that motherfucking left hand.
Bill, we got more callers here. We going out to Mike from West Texas. West Texas.
Was Texas.
While we waiting on Mike to connect, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. We rocking out live with Bill Haney taking calls. Mike, you there? All right, Mike. We're gonna try. Next up, looks like Bill left. All right, Bill's back. We got Huang out of Houston says, Bill, give Danny the wall and bring bro to the den. Is that some slang from Houston? Give Danny the wall and bring bro to the dean. Oh, to the dean. That's Muslim. That's Muslim.
Oh yeah,
So what's DAWAH?
the Dawa.
Oh, the Dawa. Okay, they want you to bring Danny, make a Muslim now. I don't know. I guess that's what the question is.
There were Allah chooses Muslims, and Danny. You see what he said? You. It's an invitation.
Nah,
Something he
look,
said. Allah put that on his heart.
I've been talking to Champ. I like to ask a lot of questions and
Oh, have
educate
you?
myself. So, I've been talking to Champ and educating myself and, just on different things because it's important
They
to
say
be.
Hispanic.
Go ahead.
They say Hispanic brothers, Latin brothers, or the Latin Hispanic brothers or Latin brothers are um the fastest growing Muslims, Muslim population.
Yep. That's
What
what,
you was
yeah, Champ
noticing the
was,
surge in
th-
and Hispanic. Yep.
yeah, that's what Champ was just telling me and stuff. So, yes, sir. No, definitely
Yep.
like to educate myself. So I've been asking some questions. Best believe. We got Tip Bayless says, when y'all done watching Regis, will you consider unifying with Matthias after you're done doing film studies since you don't know who he is? And tell Dev he better come out to Mac Dre fighting in the Bay.
Oh, ain't no doubt. I love that Mac Dre going back to the Bay. Rest in peace, Mac Dre.
But
Yes, sir.
you did say that you will look into Matias as you haven't
Yes,
seen him fight before. So
absolutely, man. Shout out Matthias, man. Keep doing what you're doing, young brother. We hearing some good things about him. And here he's a dangerous fighter, and I look forward to seeing him.
We got
Malcolm Emmanuel, he says, Bill my guy, but he gotta stop with this narrative that Cambosis whooped Tio. Tio won the back half of that fight and got a knockdown late. It was a split decision. Tio was cut against Loma too.
Okay,
All
so
right.
what's the narrative? I need to stop doing what?
Stop saying that Cambosa's whooped Tio. He's saying that it was a close fight.
Oh, okay.
Tio got a knockdown late in the fight, and then he said that Tio got
Okay, it
cut.
was a close fight. Even though if it's a close fight, if it's a close fight, they have whooped the shit out of Cambosos, washed him.
Mm.
So there's no comparison. They can't get around no matter. And I'm not going to talk about Cambosos. I don't want to talk about To. I'm just saying is you can't sweep it under the rug as if y'all didn't just see what happened to To. You didn't just see the questions about To, and then because he beat Josh Taylor, now you want to. Everybody is so forgiving and this and that. Not to say he's not a great fighter. Don't. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that with his performances and the things that he done, he's behind Dev. He's not in front of Dev.
Mm.
We got Jonathan Ramirez. I'm not sure what he means, but he says he figured me out. Oh, he was
Oh, they trying to quote you?
yeah, he trying to quote Dev from the fight, obviously. Jay Fields, $5 says, who does Bill have on Benavidez
Nah, I
versus
want some insight on that, Bill. What was your thoughts when Dad
Okay.
said he figured me out?
Well, that's what we wanted it to happen. You know what I'm saying? That's what we wanted him to to believe that Devin was going to go that way. We wanted him to do that. We wanted him to throw his left hand and throw his lead left hand. That's what we wanted. Um, when you have a fighter like Loma. He's going to be doing something. You're not going to get him up in there and he's not going to do something. But it's what you let him do or you force him to do, the lesser of the two evils. You know what I'm saying? And while the crowd is screaming, right? The crowd is screaming and this and that, and they're thinking, that's that left, that's that left, that's that left. But he's a right handed fighter. So I had to send Devin on that side because that was the lesser of the two evils. So it was like getting hit with a double jab. It was like getting hit with a double jab because all of Loma's knockouts have come with a hook on top of the head or came with the lead with the left on the body, on the inside on that liver or whatever. So our job was to to not give Loma that left side, not give him that left side, the left body shot, but give him that left, that straight left, and make him keep using that going to that, but we were over far enough on that side that he couldn't throw the left and the hook. He couldn't throw his brick and his hook. He could only throw a left. And then he was saying, okay, they were figuring out. And I said, good, but you're faster. Stay that. That's what he's figuring that his best option is. But if I let him think that, so he's thinking, throw the left hand, right? So I took it off of Lomachenko's mind for a split second that he was going to use his right hand. You see what I'm saying? And by the time he figured the fight was over, he says, "Oh, that's what they did. They fucking, you know what I'm saying? They stepped to him and took away his hook, took away his jab." But we never wanted to use the fucking jab. It was a right hand. You know what I'm saying? It was a right hand, and if you throw that jab, when you throw that jab, then you can get countered with the hook over there on that side. So we never was really jabbing him. We were more so throwing the right hand body, right hand head, and then going to the right.
All right, I got a couple callers here. You got
yeah
more super chats?
yeah. Jay Fields says, who do you have on the Benavidez and Andrade fight?
Oh man, the fans are going to be the winners. I'm good friends with both of them, both of them. So no, I'm not going to pick that. I'm gonna just hope that they both come out healthy, and have a draw
And then
so they can fight again.
we got Real Boxing TV wants to know what your thoughts are on what Hamzat Shemaev had to say about Devin. I'm not sure if you saw the interview or his comments.
Um, yeah, I kind of seen, but also, um, he doesn't understand our culture. He doesn't understand us, as as black men in America. You know what I mean? The slang, the stuff that we say that's uh so not racist, and it's more so just a cultural thing. um, a shit talking thing. You know what I'm saying? And not a racist thing. So he needs to shut the fuck up. That's what he needs to do because he needs to shut the fuck up. That's what he really needs to do
Did you
and
find?
mind his business because he said he unfollowed. And you gonna unfollow a young brother and don't even know the specifics because they said something. Well, because they've said something that you that you disagree with, but you don't understand it. He didn't have any malice behind it. And guess what? It's only the white men that keep bringing the shit up because they want to try to ruin the brand. They want to keep rallying around saying that shit. When Devin already said is, and he showed you, I whipped George and I whipped uh Lomachenko. He stood on business, but he didn't mean it like in no racist tone from Styles. You know what I'm saying? So
I think
that's
it
what
was.
that was.
I'm pretty sure it was like. Well, I was gonna ask you because the video, like that shit. Oh, now it could have still been about
Yeah.
Lomo, but it was three and a
No,
half
they
years
they
old.
bring it up. Yeah, no, they bring it up because they can get some clout, and also they can rally amongst the white men. The white men can get together and they can, you know, because shit, we're all competitive. We're all competitive, but it's only white men that keep bringing up the topic, like Paul Malignaggi or this other guy, and it's fighters just trying to ruin fighters' brands, like as if that they're um you know advocates for peace or like that they're politicians or something. You fucking fighter, man. Shut the fuck up, man. You know that this is a tough sport, and and he's getting asked a bunch of questions, and Loma and the fans have said something, so he came out and said, you know what I mean, what he felt, but it wasn't racist. It was from a boxing perspective, right? Not saying that he's a rocket scientist or you know what I mean. He's a you know anything like that. He's talking about in his sport. He didn't say nobody was better, you know what I mean, personally or emotionally or something like. He just said something in his sport, and they keep continuing to drag that shit on. You know what I'm saying? And I laugh when I see one of them, um, one of the because a lot of strong white guys, a lot of strong white men that it don't bother, but a lot of the moist, wet, soft white men that bring up that shit as if a young man was trying to be racist when he was just being competitive, and your moist, soft ass say that you can't take it.
I got dozens of callers for you. Trees, Toledo. Trees.
Yo, yo,
You coming in so
yo,
far.
yo.
So far, so good.
All right, for sure. I just wanted to call in and say, Bill, you know we team Haney this way. We fucking with
Yes,
you the long
sir.
way. We know we about to
Thank
not
you.
Regis shit loose come the ninth. You feel me? I'm looking forward to
Yes.
it. And on sincerity, I just wanted to call in and ask Bill. I just wanted to, in a perfect world, I wanted to know what would you like to see Dev next 3 fights be in a perfect world? You feel me? Like if we line it up, instead we dispose of Regis like we supposed to do. What would you like to see
We.
next 3 fights afterwards?
Um, that's extremely hard question though. But thank you though. That's extremely hard question. To give three names after we, with a tall task like Regis Prograis up next. To just disrespect him and then to give one name and then the second name and then the third name. I don't think that I want to do it respectfully because all them guys is
No, no,
good and we got to take each
I
one. Yeah,
respect
yeah,
that,
you know
and
what
I
I'm saying.
respect
You
that,
got
and
to
that's
take
why
each
we
one.
fuck with you because you humble and we
Yeah.
respect that. That's all we can. That's all. That's what I would like to hear from a trainer. That's good
All right,
shit.
appreciate it.
But
Thank you, brother.
with Regis, like I say, we team Haney up here in Toledo, Ohio, man. We looking forward to that fight on the ninth, man. And good luck
Yeah.
and best to you, man. We fuck with you long
Absolutely.
way.
Hey,
Shout out
listen,
Team
we
Haney.
love that tournament. We love that tournament that goes on up there in Toledo. I love Toledo, Ohio, right there next to that Detroit. He
Yeah.
got some good friends from
Oh,
it,
hey,
huh?
hey, Bill, I got a question for you. Speaking of Detroit, hold on.
Huh?
Jared Anderson, Toledo, Ohio. I was, me, I'm on my, we gotta throw something out here one time. With Jared Anderson, how you think of? I know you be paying attention to the heavyweights. I was on my Fenninger mode, and I was just trying to throw a fight. Say, Jared Anderson versus Jermaine Franklin up here in Detroit in like the Little Caesars Arena. Is that something that you feel
Man,
me? I
listen,
know you
hey,
a
hey,
promoter and
Jared,
you know about fights. Is that something that you
Jared
would think would be good business?
no, absolutely. Jared, man, is exciting. He's he's a breath of fresh air for the heavyweight division. Um, I'm watching and paying attention to him. I've been watching his last fights. He's a guy that wears his emotions on his sleeves. You get a chance to you get what you see. Um, see what you get or whatever that is. So I'm a big fan of his as well, man, at Toledo. So I'm pulling for him, and I look forward to seeing him fighting against any of the top guys. And that Franklin boy is a tough dude, though. Now, ain't he?
Yup.
If I'm
Yeah,
right or
that's what
wrong,
I'm
Yup.
saying.
who's
Hey,
Franklin?
like you said, we like Jerry said, we here for a good time, not a long time. So we trying to get, just something like that. I feel like in Detroit, that would be a great fight. I mean, it's regional, but it's a good name. I know that Toledo, I'm gonna be in the building for something like that for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely, brother. Well, yeah, no, I'm pulling for Jared, man. We need another great American heavyweight, man, to keep this boxing thing going, man. And Jared has the talent. You know what I mean? And he has the talent and he has the team to do it, man. So I'm looking forward to seeing bright things from him.
We got Real Jose up next. While he connects, smash that thumbs up button while you're waiting on YouTube.com.
Hello?
What's
Yo.
up?
Y'all hear me?
Yup.
Yep. Shout out TVV. What's up, coach? Shit,
Hey, good
my
brother. How are you,
always,
sir?
I respect y'all. Y'all been moving pretty humbly, honestly. I wasn't the biggest Devin Haney fan at first because I grew up watching. Well, I grew up seeing Devin and Shakur in the amateurs. I seen Shakur whenever he fought the tournament, so it's like, damn, he's gonna beat this dude. But Devin was right under. Devin was right under with Danny and some other guys coming up, so he's a really good fighter. Um, I mean, let's get real. Coach here, I know he's gonna watch. Freaking puzzles with the jab, man. He's just gonna watch him all program. But I like the support guy. I honestly don't like how he's not moving anymore. Um, the Team Haney's growing on me, man. And I wanted to say that I do know a
Bro,
lot
you
of
got a Bluetooth or something? You
Latino
sound pretty
Muslims here
bad.
in the Midwest. Got rolled up.
I said you
Y'all
sound
can't
pretty
lie if I
bad.
can't.
I don't know if you on Bluetooth or not.
Oh shit, hold up. Damn.
All good, champ.
Uh,
Try to power through. Or
Yo,
not.
and one last thing I just wanted to say, hey, shout out Team Haney, shout out you, Coach Haney. I seen y'all got my boy out here from the Midwest, Anthony Adams, in you guys' training camp, man. He out there getting to work with Dev, man. I appreciate you guys supporting fighters from the Midwest because we don't get a lot of support here, man. So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out TBV, shout out Team Haney.
Man, shout out to the Midwest, man.
All
The
right.
Midwest, some real motherfuckers on there out there in that Midwest, man.
We got Alex. What's up?
Hey, good morning. Can you hear me?
Perfect.
All right, excellent. Hey, you're not gonna believe this shit, but did you know the light welterweight division is also called the super lightweight division?
No.
So, if you win the WBA, the super WBA, you can be the super champion. Just wanted to break that news, man. But nah, man. Shout out BH the Great. Appreciate you taking out the time today to speak to some of us. Now, there's one moment that sticks out when I remember the Haneys, and that's when Devin became undisputed champion in Australia. Now, I'm a father, and my son he does competitive karate, so I've been there with him. And when they win, it's an amazing feeling. But I saw how you looked at him and the big smile you had. What were kind of some of the thoughts that were going through your head? And has that and how what has it done for your relationship to see your son basically, reach the top? That's my question.
It's yeah, thank you. But it was a lot of emotion in that just seeing Devin and
Think Bill froze there. Might have got, excuse me, might have got a
Probably got
call.
a phone call, so we won't go to the next caller as we want to make sure everybody gets an opportunity to, talk to Bill. We're waiting now. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and smash that thumbs up because Bill is answering all the people's calls. I mean, we got 900 people watching, 300 thumbs up. You guys really, really are assholes.
Just called him straight out.
I mean, bro, it's like, come on, bro. Like, why would you act that way? Bill, what up?
right. Sorry about that. Yeah, but Ness, to answer the gentleman's
Alex?
question, Alex. Yeah, to answer Alex's question. Though that was a great question, but um, man, I was looking at Dev and I was just like had so much emotion for just seeing him accomplish something that he set out to do, something that he was going to go do. Devin went and did that. You know what I mean? We were there to witness it. I was there to witness him accomplish one of a big goal that he had in life to become undisputed. A lot of people was telling us. Don't do it. You're gonna get robbed, so on and so forth. But to see him and to live in his dream and to accomplish it was amazing.
We got Caesar, Vegas.
What sound okay?
What up, champ?
What up? What up? Uh, well, I don't really have a question, man. I just wanted to say congratulations on all the hard work you put in, uh, Mr. Haney, with
Thank you.
your son, man. I mean, just
Thank you.
watching you guys grow in the sport and being a part of it from the beginning, when he first became pro, to what he's done now, and still going strong. I mean, champion after champion, accomplishment after accomplishment. Man, it's just something truly inspiring, bro. So I just want to commend you on that. And
Thank you.
what was that? I had something else I wanted to say, but yeah, that's pretty much all I got. I appreciate you coming on and being a man of the people. Not everybody has the balls to come on here and answer the tough questions. So I commend you for that, and just a great show, Ness and Danny, and keep you for life, baby.
Appreciate you,
Appreciate the
champ.
call,
Thank
champ.
you.
Rocky 954.
Hey, good morning, TVV, Nuss, Danny, Mr. Haney. How y'all doing?
Straight.
Blessings. Blessings.
All right, all right. Yo, Bill. First and
Yes.
foremost, I gotta give you props for saying Sabril Matisse's name. That's a tough and rough matchup for Devin if y'all make that unification, man. Exciting fight. I don't know that Devin has faced a pressure fighter to that level like Matisse is. So
Yes.
as a fan, I would love to see that next if everything goes right with Regis.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm hearing a lot of
yes,
good
sir.
things
And
about.
then also, yes, sir. And then I just wanted to say, man, I gotta keep it real. Y'all gotta see Lopez if you want to be number one at 40, at 140. Lopez already beat two dudes on the pound for pound, and we know he took a L to Cambosis, but he came back from that. And it's like it's about how you come back. That's the mark of a champion. So, hey, Dev got to see Lopez, man.
Or does Lopez got to see Devin?
Not at 140, Mister Haney. Not at 140. Who's the man at 140?
Well,
Yeah,
you
what?
tell me who. No, I'm waiting on
I
you. Are
just
you?
wanted
I
to.
thought you. I was waiting on you to say who's the man at
No, no,
140.
oh, Teofimo's the man at 140. He's the lineal. He's the lineal. He's the man that beat the man.
Okay. Okay, I respect that. I
Agreed
respect
or
your opinion. I
disagree?
respect your opinion. No, I respect your opinion. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just that
No doubt.
no, but the fight that Regis had with Josh Taylor, competitive fight, was it a unanimous or was it a split? Which one,
Uh,
Danny?
I'll
Um,
I'll let you know one sec.
it was a close fight. I don't remember if it was unanimous or not. I know it was close.
Yeah, me neither. I know
It
it's
was a
close too.
majority decision,
A majority decision. Okay.
so
So it was
definitely
a,
a close fight.
it was close. So it was a close fight. You know what I mean? And then for Taylor to then come back and have um, with Catterall, it's close, man. It's close. They're both really good fighters and dangerous fighters too. I just don't want to take away from Regis and give it to Tio, or take
No,
away from Tio, or take away from Tio and give it to Regis.
absolutely.
They're both, yeah, they're both bad motor scooters, man.
You may feel like it's your time, but it's not your time.
But it's not your time.
It
We
ain't your
got
time.
average boxing fan.
Yo,
Gotta unmute.
Buenos dias. Can you guys hear me?
top of the
Yes,
morning.
sir.
What's up, Bill Haney? I just have something to say, man. Please, 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 do not bow down to no Tank, bro. I don't. A few months back, Des threw a show talking about Tank should be the A side, the Devon, and that shit kind of made me mad because I don't understand why the motherfucking undisputed champ should be the B side to a motherfucker that ain't got no belts.
He got that pay-per-view belt, baby.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you know
but
what
that's
I?
that's that's that's
Hey,
that's
but you
fucking
know what
numbers,
I
dog.
don't
That's
understand? You know what I don't
I
understand
don't
is
I don't think the king
so
should
many
bow down to
people.
no motherfucker, no challenger at all, bro.
Yeah, but you know what? What's even more disheartening to me is people know A side, but they only know one A side. You know what I mean? Like if Tank,
Yeah.
they clearly are. He's the A side. He's the A side. He's the A side. Right? He's the A side. Right? So, and this is what you're supposed to do when you're the B side. When you're the B side, right? But when clearly Devin will accept the B side to Tank for the people, but fuck the people if you're not going to say that Devin is then the A side to anyone else. Like, so Devin just the B side to every fucking body. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we have this A side, B side shit, well, who is he the A side to and who is he the B side to? You know what I mean? Okay,
Yup.
so who else is Devin the B side to, Ness? He's the B side to um, fucking Tank
Just
Davis. We
Tank.
agree. We just Tank. So why in the fuck was Shakur acting like he wasn't the fucking B side and took the fucking offer then?
I mean, that's his prerogative, and he could also have more value of himself. But outside looking in, he was the B side.
Right. So how much value can we have going like the caller is saying is with the Devin shit, with Devin and Tank?
I
What's
mean,
the do we have to take any offer? Do you take what do you
I mean,
what's the barometer?
According to Calvin Ford, yeah, you got to take what Tank sends you. He
Okay.
he
So
specifically said, "I bet you if Tank sends Shakur an offer, he won't take what Tank sent him."
okay. So how does that work then? Ness?
I mean,
Explain that.
you got to understand. Mayweather only gave Victor Ortiz 2.5 million, and he was able to
Right.
get in the biggest fight of his life. He's able to spin that into a movie deal and be Victor Ortiz for the rest of his life. Like sometimes the opportunity is bigger than the paycheck.
Right. But when it comes to Devin, then that's different. So Devin is the only one that the Devin is the only one that should
No,
make those sacrifices.
Shakur should have took the fight, but he didn't. So that's on him. If
You
Devin
may
is
feel
offered
like
the
it's your
fight
time,
and he
but it's
decides
not
not
your
to
time.
take it, that's also on him. But if he decides to take it, then he, you know, puts himself in a position to
Man,
possibly be the A side.
Shakur never had no other thing other than 50-50. He still say 50-50, dog. He said 50-50 at the WBC. He said 50-50. He said 50-50 in negotiations. He said 50-50. That's all he never said. And we said that you were crazy. How could you be 50-50? You want 50-50 and you don't even have the belt. You didn't go to Australia. You didn't beat Lomachenko. You didn't do none of the shit. So how can you have 50-50? But that's not a duck. He never countered with nothing else. You've never heard him say anything other than 50% out of that. And he's clearly not the fucking A side
Yeah,
on the
but you
shit.
know
That's
why he
why he's
didn't
bad business.
counter? He
You
didn't.
know what? It's bad business. It's bad business, bro.
He
Bad
didn't
business.
counter because he went to the sanctioning bodies,
So what I'm saying is the sanctioning bodies do not make the fights. They only sanction the fights. You
and
can't go to a
they're
sanctioning
only
body
in
to,
control of one belt. That was his
you
mistake,
know,
thinking that they control all the belts.
listen, absolutely, you can't expect a sanctioning body to negotiate a fight for a WBA, WBO, and the IBF and the Ring magazine to be included, and their fucking
Guidelines.
bylaws or their fucking guidelines. Their fucking guidelines don't fit all the rest of the shit. But everyone act like that they don't understand this shit, right? But when it came time, oh yeah, when it came time, like they said about the white boy, right? When it came time for us, nobody was saying nothing. Like Floyd. Floyd never came and said nothing about the offer. You know what I mean? Because you know what type of nigga he is. You see what I'm saying? He already been showing what type of nigga he is. So he comes in when it's two blacks that are going back and forth. But when we were offered that, you never pop out. And you got the biggest platform and everybody knew that we were taking a fucked up deal, but he never came out and said nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because he's jealous, envious, and you know what I mean, of anybody that's trying to break
Jealous of what
his record
exactly?
or trying to do anybody that's trying to do like just like this is. You won't. We keep saying this pretty boy Floyd shit, this other shit, right? This TBE shit, right? But look at Devin's shit. Look at the numbers of Devin at 24. Look at Floyd at 24. We killing him, smashing him. Look at the competition. Look at the money. Look at all the shit. When he, when he was 24, he was stuck in contract disputes and stuck in shit that he couldn't fight. And he wasn't a whole man. He couldn't really be himself and he couldn't really be TB at 24. Now you talk about Devin, but he knows it, but he's not gonna come out and tell the world what a great job Devin has done. So, but he come out and say, hey, he might be fighting on December the 9th, bring it on. We whipping you out in all the other numbers at 24. So shit, come on. It takes time to build.
You,
It takes time to build up
what
both
do you
sides.
think he's
So,
envious of? You called him envious.
um, because Devin didn't sign to him. He wanted to be. Devin wanted to be everything that he kept telling us that you should want to be, is to be a boss and to be in control of your career and not signed and to Bob Arum. Not make the mistake that you were signed to long term with Bob Arum or Oscar De La Hoya or whoever. You know what I'm saying? Just being in control of your destiny, right? So we did it. We did it without his help. You know what I'm saying?
Got a
So
few
for
more
him to come
callers,
back,
Bill.
yeah. So for him to come back and to say what we should be in our business, man, he should get out of Devin's business, mind his own business, and and then everybody will be all right.
Mm. Um, I would have preferred you say he should, if he want to be in our business, won't he come do some tank business? You feel me?
Listen,
We got
listen. Dev, hey, wait. Let me just tell you though. Dev has had a relationship with that man for forever. They're friends. You know what I'm saying? They're friends. Rightfully so, and I hope that they stay friends. You know, um, if Floyd was concerned about Tank or concerned about Devin, right, and they both wanted it like they say they want it, then he would have done the best to make the fight happen with them. You know what I'm saying? If he's the Floyd that we know him to be. If Tank wants it and Devin wants it, and you know both of them, and the people want it, then you would have done your best to make it happen. You see what I'm saying?
Godfather. You up? Godfather going once, two times. Gotta unmute that mic.
Oh,
We hear you.
you can hear me?
Yep.
Shout shout out to TBV. Shout out to the big homie Bill Haney.
Appreciate you,
Uh,
King.
my first question is I've been doing some portrait paintings for fighters and trainers for you and the champ.
Oh, you have hit. Hey, Ness,
Yeah.
won't you get or Danny? Can you get his information?
Yeah,
DM me, champ.
And
DM
then
me, and we'll get that
and
forwarded
then
to
you can
Bill.
yep, and then you can send him mine. You can send him
All
mine.
right.
Either one of y'all send him my information.
All right, I got a couple more questions if I can get it in. Some of the guys want to know who are you referring to when you mentioned Bone and Dirt when you were speaking to Gary Russell Jr.
Oh, Bone,
Yeah,
you know
Bone and
Bone
Dirt.
and Dirt. Yeah, Bone and Dirt, legendary niggas off the one from Baltimore and one from DC. Kurt Bone.
Gotcha. Okay. And the last thing,
You
some
know
of the
what I'm
guys
talking
in the
about? You
chat
know what I'm
said
talking about?
they want to know. Nah, I'm gonna have to do my homework.
And anybody to hear about Kurt Bone, go on Kurt Bone. I think he got a YouTube channel out, have putting some hell of a content out. Kurt Bone and
It,
Dirt is Lorenzo Simpson's ex-manager. You good dude out of Baltimore. Both of them Baltimore, DC, from that DMV. Good stand-up dudes, man. Shout out to them. I don't even know what I had said about them. I don't even remember.
yeah, I think you just mentioned them. But last thing, some of the guys in the chat they want to know if you got politics in the future after boxing, since you can spin things really well.
Hey, listen, man. I don't be spending the shit. I just be telling the truth. It spins because they come with some bullshit, and when I serve it, it got a spin to it.
So what did you mean when you said if the fight is hot at 130? I never heard your response to that
I
when they
said
were
if the fight is
recording.
hot for him,
Uh,
when Shakur
mention
is at 130, Shakur can come up to 140 pounds at if we up at 140 pounds and the fight is hot. It don't matter. If
I got
Devin's
you.
at
Okay, I got
140, they're only 5 pounds between each other. And I never said that Shakur wasn't a bad motherfucker. I didn't say that Devin
you.
wasn't a bad motherfucker. I told him that the gap when we first came and seen you, it was a gap to where there's no gap. There was no gap,
Yeah.
and it would be a great fight. You see what I'm saying? That's what I said. There's no gap in the sparring that we seen last from when he said, I'm tired. There was no gap then, right?
You
There's
may
no
feel like
gap
it's
in
your time,
comparison to the
but it's not your
fighters
time.
that he's fighting, right? To whereas that we look at his opponents and say, "Oh shit, Shakur putting in that work. He putting in that work." Yeah, you put in that work with Harry. You did. Oh, you put in that work with Diaz. Boy, you worked Diaz over like a motherfucker, right? Um, but and I'm saying that sarcastically. You know what I'm saying? So we have nobody run with it. But what
90
what are we
seconds.
you
talking
talking about
about?
Valdez?
Yeah, I'm saying about Lil Valdez, little bitty Valdez. You know what I'm saying? And he's a hell of a warrior, hell of a fighter, hell of a
But
and
what you
he
mean
brought
little,
his own.
Bill? What you mean he was at 130 before Shakur. Shakur moved up.
What what I'm saying when you talk about Devin and Shakur and you compare them to where they are and the other guys, Oscar Valdez loses to both of them.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? He loses to both of them. And I'm saying is, with respect to what he's done, we haven't seen anything that's super impressive. We've seen nothing that he's done that's super impressive. What's
Who?
super
Who?
impressive to me,
Who?
Shakur. Shakur.
Come on, Bill. I
Shakur.
mean, what he got? 16
No,
fights,
come on, I'm
two
saying for
division
you. No,
champ.
why don't you do this? Why don't you be impressed? And I have my own opinion, Ness. You're impressed, and I'm not impressed. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
But
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 that's
but
nothing
that's what
wrong with
I'm
that.
just
That's just
questioning.
no. I
I'm
don't have
just
to. I don't have to. Yeah, but I'm saying this. But because of what I know about boxing and because what I've been around leads me to not be impressed. But that doesn't mean that it's not impressive to someone else that doesn't know what's going on behind
But
and on the back. You know what I mean?
but you saying a two division champ, one time unified, that's not impressive?
Not to us, not to me. And when I said that, when I said, and I meant and I said the wrong thing when I said tune-up fight about Shakur. I said not tune-up fight, stay busy fight. That's what I meant to say. Those guys are staying busy fight with Devin as we go up like this. As we go up, there are guys that um, pro- um, propose challenges. There are guys that will bring out the best in Devin. You know what I mean? But I'm not I'm not impressed with what Shakur has done thus far. Right?
Mm,
I'm
all
just
right.
not. Not
Couple
or
more
not not
calls.
not. Let me not overly impressed where you do I feel am I do I have respect for what he's done and do I you know what I mean have respect for him, yes, but am I impressed with it? No, I'm not impressed.
Um, Adrian in Uruguay.
Hi guys, shout out to you, Bill, you and
They
your
hate on
son.
the man and him son. Like a lot of you niggas is bitches. I want Bill to hang his nuts on all you fuck niggas. And you feel me? Devin gonna handle business on December 9th. And they gonna keep handling business, and that's why I fuck with the Haneys. And if you don't fuck with them, well then shit, kick rocks, you feel me? Cause they still gonna make their money, they still gonna do what they gotta do. But a lot of you niggas calling in, trying to be old. I'm so DHP, I'm so Team Haney. A lot of you niggas is hoes and y'all lying. You need to stop that shit and change your lifestyle. You feel me? Because that shit look bad on a lot of you grown, old, hating ass niggas. But that's it. Uh, Shout out to Bill and Devin, and I hope they keep doing what they doing, taking over every division they go to, and making these niggas sick to their stomach. And
Mm,
that's it.
all right. Well, Bill, you did miss two people.
Hey, yeah, no, you know I'm tuned in. You know I'm here, man. You know what I mean. I'm a
Oh,
big
so you
fan.
heard them.
Advocate of the show. Yeah, I'm always here, man. I'm always listening. I'm here. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I don't come over because I don't want to. I want the callers and I want the voice. I want boxing to be continue pushed forward. I want you guys, your voice, to be just as loud as mine and just as proud as mine. I don't want it to be. I'm. Fuck that old shit. That's that old shit. You know what I mean? We got the YouTube boxing streets where Devin was born, where our business started at right here. Can't nobody tell us shit. Nobody tell us about we can't come over here, we can't make the fights and all that shit. That's the face of boxing. Everybody else is tired of all that old shit, man. You know what I mean? That same song and dance thing, right? And as far as this, let me clear the air. I didn't call the young man a bitch. I was responding to him calling me a bitch. You see what I'm saying? So let's let that record reflect. And by no means do I think the man is a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think that you guys get a chance to see what y'all want to see. Y'all see the frustrations that goes on in the boxing business. Are you not entertained? I mean, they before we was doing it and coming to and giving it to you, you didn't know shit. You only knew what the narratives that were driven by old media. You know what I mean? But like I said, I've been on here for an hour and something or whatever. And if I was lying, why ain't nobody pulled up on me and hit me in my mouth with some with some some shit? You know what I'm talking about? Every time I come on here, I don't want to argue with the fans that pay the bills. You see what I'm saying? Uh, we pay uh, we pay Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder's bills. We pay Javante and Devin Haney's bills. We pay all these fighters' bills, dog. That's why I come over here and I talk to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm of the people and about the people. You know what I'm saying? Period. And I watched it, and we tried to fix something that's broken and doesn't want to be fixed.
You
It's the
breaking up,
narrative
Bill.
that.
You might have to jump out,
Okay,
jump
that's it.
back in.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, he fell off. I tried, Jay. I
Yeah.
tried to get you on, but Here you go. Hold
I
on.
see that. I see that. You know, I'm never salty about anything, man. You know,
He's on now.
if
He's
when
on now, Jay. Go ahead for it. He hears you.
uh Mr. Bill Haney fell off
Yes,
again.
sir. Blessings to you, King.
Oh, first thing I want to say to you is Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum
Um,
salam, brother.
I was
Thank you.
doing this. I was doing the same thing with my son. He was playing football. He was great in Inglewood, California, in football.
Oh, shout out Inglewood.
But so I like the way you are handling your son's business. And I was just wondering, since I looked at everybody and I see nobody's really trying to fight. Devin was a 5-time belt holder, right?
5 time, 5 belt having, or fight 5 belt
Five,
holder
five belts. Yeah.
or holder.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
That's exactly
yes,
what I mean.
yes,
So, I
yes, sir.
mean, to me, I don't see no flaws. I don't see no flaws. I mean, he's older. He's taller. Well, he's young. He's taller, but he's getting better. And I know this guy who actually learned from um Cus D'Amato. Have you ever thought about speaking to Mike Tyson about what do to further his intense workouts? Because Mike Tyson was like one of the best that ever did it to me. Have you ever thought
Oh,
about talking to
absolutely.
Mike Tyson
No,
about? Yeah,
no,
because both of y'all
we
are
talked to
Muslim.
Mike.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
That's a
Mike is a
good thing.
good
That's a
friend.
good thing. I'm not going to keep. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, no, Mike is a good friend of the family. Good friend of Dev, mentor, and Dev and me as well. So yeah, we've learned a lot from Mike. Mike has shared a lot of good stuff with us. And both with the boxing and with the tennis. A big part of my son, my youngest son, amateur success in tennis, I can attribute to Mike and the coach that Mike put me we put me with. That was the same coach of his daughter. Yeah, Mike is special, man.
I got Tommy in Florida.
Oh, what's up, Ness? You got me?
Yep.
Shout out to the Boston boys. On an earlier call, Ness. Oh, shout out to Bill Haney, man. What's up?
Hey,
On an
what's up,
earlier
man?
call, you told somebody, because topic of the show, I feel like Tio, won that poll. But at the beginning, more closer to the show, you told the dude you got to take into consideration that Tio actually lost the Cambrosis, right?
Yes.
So what I would say, if we got to take that into consideration while
Uh huh.
picking today, I would say you have to take into consideration that the Haney Regis fight actually didn't happen yet for somebody to get the W. So that's what I would say, that if we got to count that Tio actually lost, you can't really count Regis yet because the fight haven't happened.
But
Right.
no one's counting Regis.
Correct.
Devin is saying that currently, because of no losses and his previous 6 fights, no one's fighting his level of opposition. And now that's up to you to debate. But I
Right.
showed gaps. I showed gaps in Tio's, rise, right? Like he fought Comey and Loma, and then he fought Cambosos, Pedro Campa, Sandor Martin, then Taylor.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, who the three Haney fought before Cambrosis twice?
He fought Jojo Diaz, then
It has nothing.
Cambosos, then
Linares.
Cambosos. Nah,
There was a
You lose. You
Linares was
lose.
first.
But if you lost to the same guy that Dev beat, it's just you can't get around that. And I know you guys would you know, love to spin that and try to figure out, well, what are we gonna do? Dev didn't beat the guy twice, but the guy ain't shit. Well, you shouldn't have lost to him. If the guy wasn't shit, so that shows
Well,
you what
I
you
get no. I
no,
understand what you're saying. I give Cambrosis his props. I'm not that dude
no,
that discredit any type of boxer.
yeah, yeah, no, you right. No, I'm just
I was just
no,
asking
not
something
at
to
you,
say. I
sir.
didn't
No,
know.
No, I'm not. No,
I
not at
can't
you
hear him.
because you didn't get it. No, I said not at you. No, it's not. It's not at you.
It's in
Shit, you didn't have.
general, Tommy.
Yeah, just in general.
Okay,
No, you're not at
okay.
you, Tommy. No, no, not at you. It's just in general. Then none of this stuff has anything to do with. We're talking, speaking as fans, and then I'm speaking as being in the business and kind of knowing some of this. But I'm not going against any of you guys' opinion about the shit because I'm not going to say that if you say T.O. is a bad motherfucker, well, when the fight comes, then that's a great fight. So I'm not saying that he's not a bad motor scooter. I just come in to say when we talk about Devin, and I said, oh, let me pull up. I'm going to go pull up. You talking about Dev resume. Yeah, everybody, that's the spin that they prefer to do that because and it's so sad because if Devin and Bill are true in who they are, then that says something about everybody else that turned their kid over to the machine. For everybody that's complaining about the wrong side of the street, everybody that's saying this and that, well, we wanted to kill that narrative. Our whole thing, man, we could have went with Floyd, we could have went with Jay, we could have went with 50, but then what would that have been for the other guys that did not know Mike Tyson? I mean, like, because I knew Mike before Dev was boxing, but what the fuck? If I use Mike Tyson, then some dad is going to say, man, I don't know Mike. I can't do it because I don't know Floyd. I know all of them, but we didn't do no business. We didn't need them to fucking do what we believed and had faith that God put us on this earth to do. I don't need no help being no dad. God put me on the earth to do that. Every man. So what's in me and how I feel about my son and how hard I'm gonna go about, I just don't let y'all kill it off. You know what I'm saying? But God put it in me. It ain't nothing to learn. It put it in every one of y'all. But I tell you, I said, man, don't let nobody do that, man. Tell you that you can and that you don't have your sons or daughter's best interest, that you think that you're gonna hand them off to another man that's in the boxing business, that he's gonna look out better for your son or your daughter than you? Come on, man. That don't make sense. That's why every guy or anybody that we do, that we go into it knowing and teaching them that you have a promotional company. You are promoting you. We are a co-promoter with you promoting yourself. I don't give a fuck how young, how old, or whatever, but dog, this is your career. What you gonna do with that's your parents? Everybody done been done. We need you and your whole team. Don't fire nobody. Don't treat your dad, your mom. Don't tell them nobody. If you gonna come work with us, man, you gotta come bring your whole family, man. You can't win. You know what I'm saying? Cause I got my own family. I don't need you, no fighter and that. Oh no, I got kids and all the stuff like that. And kids is having kids, man. Come on, we can do some good business, but I don't need to steal nobody's kid, man. I don't need to manipulate the kids, man. You can go in and do your job, but you don't have to separate the kid from everything that they're familiar with, man. The kid get he get what do you call that? You lose confidence. You lose confidence when you got your people that you didn't grew up and you got your familiarity of them around. But when you take that away from them and you put them, and I know that that's what they want the fighters to feel. They don't want them to be comfortable. They want them to rely on them. But guess what? My son is a boss. He talks to everybody, and they talk to him. The name of the company, the name of the bank account, all that shit is in his name. So I can come on here and say whatever my opinion says, and it's just my opinion. I'm not speaking for Deb. I'm speaking my opinion.
I got Mike from Texas wants sent the counterpunch. He wants to talk to you. He's the one that you responded to while you were away. Mike, you there?
Sir, what's up, Bill?
Hey, Mike, what's going on?
Not much, thank you, sir. But I do want before I start, I do want to congratulate you and your son, man. What y'all doing is wonderful, and I wish y'all nothing but the best. I hope y'all do continue to get blessed and see a lot of better days in front of y'all. But I really wanted to ask you, like yesterday we had a discussion about Dana White and his comments on boxing. And and I see how you move and how you're talking, and I really do believe that a voice like yours could benefit boxing moving forward towards the future. But I wanted to get your opinion. Like, being on the A side comes with a lot of responsibility. Moving forward, if you continue to win with your son, because I'm getting the perception that y'all might want to try to be Mayweather's record, right? Because you made a comment earlier talking about, well, Mayweather just jealous because he don't want nobody breaking his record. So I'm assuming, I mean, who wouldn't want to go undefeated? But is that something that y'all got in your mind that, oh, we can't afford to lose, not even a fight?
Um, you don't go into it thinking lose. You don't want to lose. You know that losing is a part of life. You learn from your losses, right? But you don't go into it
Yes, sir.
thinking like that. You know what I mean? And shout out to Floyd, who's created, such a legacy in boxing for a young fighter like Devin to come behind. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have any indication to me that he's he's trying to help Devin. You know what I'm saying? I think that they're friends, but
Yes, sir.
just because that you're friends, that doesn't mean that if you don't help me, that you're no longer my friend. We're just friends, but we're not friends like that. You know what I'm saying? And what I wanted with Dev is when he got in a position to be a legacy fighter, to get in a position to fight and make those big fights and all that. I just wanted him to be able to make the decision and not someone else. That's all. That was our whole motivation, was that when you get to that point, then you get there and you start complaining. You saying, man, I need to get away from this promoter, or I need to get away from this manager, or I need to, man, come on, man. How many times have we heard that story? Sides of the street and A side, B side. Man, they got us so motherfucking confused with that shit. We don't even say we A side to nothing. Ness just said we are A side or B side to only Tank, man. But it sure don't feel like it. You see what I'm saying? It sure in the fuck don't feel like
Yes.
no. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And I think
No,
that that's why when you talk about A side, does that necessarily mean that they're going to make the fight? I know they bringing the revenue. They've been bringing the revenue a little bit more and more and more and more to get to be the mega stars that they are. But what does that mean, though? That mean that you're not going to make the fight happen? What does it mean?
Mr. Haney,
With
I
the
don't
A
mean to
side.
cut you off, sir. I guess the point I'm trying to make, like, I think we can all agree that what Mayweather did in his career and what he has been doing to this day has affected boxing, in good and bad ways. But as of right now, I guess the question I'm asking you is, like the comments that Dana White is making towards boxing, and then Showtime separating from PBC and all that. What are your thoughts on that, and what can you do moving forward that can benefit boxing, not just your son, but the sport and all?
Yeah. Well, as far as Dana White, unless you in this business to know how rough and tough this business is, I mean, it's one of a kind for sure. And everyone that's trying, you know what I mean? Like for me, I don't want to see a Showtime go out of business. I don't want to see a DAZN go out of business, an ESPN go out of the business. You know what I mean? It's just tough. And what Dana is an extremely successful professional promoter. You know what I mean? So his opinion to me, um, I would study it more, and I want to learn more, and I want to see if I was to talk to him and to hear what is his theory on boxing being better. You know what I'm saying? Before I just necessarily condemn it. He's been too successful of a businessman for me just the one quote. So I'll reserve my opinion on it.
I guess when a lot of people in the comments and yesterday were really talking about how boxing needs to make these big fights. In the UFC, they're constantly making like for instance, their mandatories are being carried out. Like Dana's making sure the champions are fighting the champions and so on. Like, do you think that in boxing that's what we're lacking? Like, the Shakur towards versus Haney versus Tank, and so on and so on.
Yeah, no, I think that the people are fighting who they want to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like you get a chance to see, right? The character, right? You get a chance to see all the shit that you've been trying to do. It will be judged by your resume of what you did to get those people in there. Now you can say nobody want to fight you and all that, or you can say that you haven't done what it takes to get the person in there. You know what I'm saying? Because uh, um, You know, at 24, I think it speaks volumes that everyone that Devin has fought has gotten their
You may
biggest
feel like
payday.
it's your time, but it's
Yeah,
not your
they have
time.
gotten their biggest payday. So that's another thing that's monumental and Devin, you know, being Devin, being the face of it is every time that he's fought, every guy has gotten their biggest payday.
What up, YouTube family? Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1,000,000 subscribers. We're on the road to 1,000,000. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content or right here on our YouTube members.